Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I can't believe my friend. I can't believe my friend Fomal just gaslit me.
I could.
Hear that? They did that in my brain hole and made me think it was my audio hallucinations again.
I didn't say any of that.
No. They made me think it.
There's another one here, but I have no idea what it has, so I don't want to
What's
press
so
it.
funny
Do
is
it.
I still can't hear it.
Do it. I don't hear that one.
Okay, that had nothing in it. It's fine.
You want to hear mine?
Let's hear it.
God damn it.
Okay, maybe
Oh,
we'll go
that's
back
nice.
to
Yeah.
she can
Barbara
be
Shia?
Aphrodite's. Yeah.
Hey, I hear that one.
That's the classic.
Perfect. Guys, we're gonna stop soundboarding at each other. Because we are gonna go into the game now. Hello, welcome to Kingdom Hearts Cherished Days.
We do go
Disc
here.
2,
We are in this too.
Session 3.
We are in session 3.
We will see just how far things are gonna go. Any epic ones? I need to get some. I need to get one of them is just I need to get Captain and Storm. I need those two. I need
just
that.
him saying what, whichever what he says. He
Just
says a lot.
what? I need
woman.
I need the damn.
No, you just need a woman.
What?
I
I
don't
love
think we
it.
need a soundboard for that.
Yes.
Comes for free.
Since when?
Right, Zion?
Was it like a thing, or were you like?
I've never seen any women out there for free. What the fuck?
I mean, if you ask nicely.
I guess, yeah. You know.
Or not, you can just grab them up and pick them up and take them home, I guess.
Yeah, you could.
You know you don't have to pay the poster.
That one
to
also does
look
come
at
with
it, right?
consequences, though, so don't do that.
Look, just because there's consequences doesn't mean you technically can't.
Well, you can just pick up a woman and take her home. I've actually been thinking about this like the entire. Like,
no. Oh, no.
Let me finish. You know how like in cartoons, like there was this joke of just like back in the day, a man would just hit a woman in the club and just take her home, and I'm like, that's very presumptuous of you that would work. Like, like I'm just saying, like it was like 4 or 5 guys in one room before. Like if now we have like the rule of law, and technically if you're like white enough, you can get away with it. But
That's why I never tan.
Yeah, but like before it was like 2 or 3 grogs in a room. I don't think you can get away with it. Like if you just hit a woman, they would know because there's like 5 other people and they're missing one. They would kick your dick. You know what we did to people in the medieval ages? Even before that, we just cut their dick off.
Yeah. You want to get your dick cut off?
Grab his
I
dick
feel
and
like
twist it.
a lot of time when people talk about like, oh, back then this happened or back then that happened, they forget about like a lot of the the times of that era where like again, obviously like men and women are more equal now than they were like several hundred years ago potentially, right? Like there are potential like things where women couldn't have certain kinds of jobs, they couldn't have certain kinds of like things.
I mean,
they didn't
yeah,
have a lot
okay,
of
but like if like another dude came over
But yes.
and it wasn't, if another dude came over and just hit your wife over the head and just took her, would you just be like, oh well, I guess I got another
that's not
one,
gonna
whatever.
happen. Yeah.
And
There-
they're gonna go take
Not
that
only
cocaine
that-
dick off.
Not only that, but there are several cultures, and by several I mean most of them, that have some reverence at the very least for not only women but chastity. No one's just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go fucking nail this chick over the head and take her. Like that probably happened, and it happens nowadays, unfortunately. But like I'm sure even at that time there were limitations to that. And again, many
but
consequences,
right? Like now that shit happens, and then you get put on trial, and then maybe you get away with it if you have enough money or not. Back in the day, back when it was all grogs in the world, you just get hit with like a mallet and you take her away, and it's like the 5 other people in the trap are gonna come cut your dick off, dude. Like that's like people
you're gonna still get
away with it. It's fucking gonna be like, God damn it, it was Gronk, that asshole. We hate him. That's cut his dick off.
I just imagine, like, hey, Groglin, yeah? You know how we invented the number 5? Yeah? How come there's only 4 of us?
We had to invent it because of you.
Why are there 4 of us? Not the stupid anyway.
That sucks. Let's never think about that again.
It's never been easier to be an incel, is my point.
Yes, agreed. Anyway, we have new topics for games all the time. Let's go ahead and jump into we have new topics for tangents all the heckin' time. Here's the room. Who wants to tell me what happened last time in this room?
So last time, it started with us waking up, many of us in beds, one of us in hay. I'm not gonna say names, but soggy hay is apparently it's good for the skin.
They liked it.
Who am I to judge?
They liked it.
I'm glad they liked it. I wouldn't do it, but they liked it.
Yeah.
So then we decide to do our course of action, and of course we could do a training arc, but we kind of have obligations with the captain, so we're like, Captain! So we start heading out, we start heading towards the captain, and in this little venture, Muna noticed something odd about the location they were going to. There seemed to be an immense dark power. There's also that cave over there, but we haven't seen that cave yet. But the cave is over there. Just so you guys know, there's a cave over there.
There's a cave there. You don't have to go there, but there's a cave there.
There's a cave there, probably riches. Who's to say?
Apparently, there's a little fucking sword wielding, helmet wearing Heartless in there somewhere.
Yes. But my theory, that's where Atlantis is.
Maybe.
They're all like, oh, it's in the ocean, it's in the ocean. Well, have you checked every cave? Checkmate. Anyway, that stupidity aside, we see the guards, and Coco... You're not going to correct me? Okay. Coco is the one that stops us.
Mm-hmm.
It's your recap. You can do
you do what you want, man. Like that's the privilege you get for having the recap. You can twist things however you want.
Yeah, you can just say whatever you want.
So Lucario is like, halt, and we're like, hey, we mean no harm. Prove it. Here's all our items. I know magic, and I felt the darkness.
But you're on thin ice.
Thin ice, and does that darkness happen to be a power? Probably. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, you guys go in. All right, and we go in, and we see a fucking battlefield that has a bunch of crows, sticks, and a battlefield. It's not very pleasant. In fact, I think they filmed Private Ryan there, the last Private Ryan joke, because that's the only movie I could think of with that specific scene.
With battlefields?
It's the only movie you could think of?
Yeah, only movie with a battlefield.
As we all know, Saving Private Ryan was the first and only war movie.
That just didn't catch on.
Yeah, what a shame, right?
That and the Passion of the Christ, but
I learned the other day, and by the other day I mean last night, that I actually kind of miss a Western.
Oh, which one?
Well, because like I don't know, like whenever there was like a video that I was watching with Aaron and Alala, and it was like guess the movies, and like fucking I can't remember. I think it was like it was either Wyatt Earp or something like that showed up on the screen, and I'm sitting there like, man, I haven't watched a good Western in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because like there's like the urge sometimes to just be like brain off, watch Cowboy, right?
Yeah, and it's
Be
like
fair.
you know, like a Western one, not like like a Tarantino or something is always fun to watch. But
Yeah.
I like spaghetti
Be fair,
westerns too.
Cowboy stories and westerns are supposed to be brain turn off kind of stories.
Yeah.
They're their own mythology. Like
The
none
thing
of
is-
it is based on true.
You do not know.
stories.
You do not know how much I wanted to throw a cowboy into the Fate campaign. Maybe next time.
Man,
Yeah,
I'd love to play it.
Cowboys are
I love
literally a mythology.
I literally
Like
almost added in like Wyatt Earp, like literally.
America had culture right there, and they stopped probably because they didn't like women running
Well,
the world.
The thing is, spaghetti westerns started in Italy, not America. The Americans caught on after Italy did it.
Yeah.
We made
Spaghetti Western.
we made
Yeah.
their pastas better with tomatoes. They can make our westerns better with fucking
Listen,
camp.
The Stranger trilogy is still peak to me, and runner-up is
sorry.
Django. Not both the Tarantino and the fucking
Pesto
original.
is pretty dope. I'm just saying, pesto is pretty dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love West. I like cowboy shit. It's so good. I get
Anyway,
it by the
aside
Deadlands
from
bundle.
that,
Hold on, America's crying a little
We're
bit.
tangent ready today.
Yes, America. We like your tomato sauce full of sugar.
Yeah.
Shh, we like it. Yeah,
I do.
America, you did good. Yeah.
I like tomato
Yeah.
sauce full of sugar occasionally.
Man, you sound so convinced. That's all right.
You know what other thing people forget about when it comes to like America and food? Because the meme has overtaken things so much. I saw a short about this. We'll get back to your recap in a second. I saw a short about this where people were talking about like America's just sad because they don't have real cheese or something. And then someone's like,
It's like,
have people forgotten about the humongous cave system of cheese we have?
yeah, the cheese caves.
Have people forgot about
cheese cave.
our cheese caves? And it's like, not like the shit people think America has cheese caves, like real cheese caves. Like we
Yeah.
have an entire state where we put our chease. Like
It's cheese production, baby.
we have
And yet
like
it's
an entire
still
thing there.
expensive as hell.
Oh yeah, it is. But I think people have got the
Well,
meme
if you
of
want
like
a discount, you should go dive in the cheesecapes for it.
go to the cheese mines. I feel like
Literally.
people have taken the meme of like all we have are craft singles like too far. We have way more than that. You think that
doubles.
you think that we don't our entire culture is excess. You think we don't have
And
a
I'm
state
sorry,
for our
even
cheese?
the dregs of American food don't match up to British food.
Exactly.
Being in just like sad.
And
They
there are
never left the Great Depression. It's you know.
there are some great like British like meals and things like that, but at the same time, like you can't do like what that one fucking TikToker does and
Yeah,
really
they're,
try
like,
to
pretending that
pretend.
like American, yeah.
just like,
It's,
oh, look at this
actually
weird
great.
like watered down potted meat sandwich that all of America eats. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I do love the British propaganda.
What did beans and toast say again? What?
To be fair, I love beans. I love beans, and like especially sweet beans on toast. It's very good. But like, I doubt that that's how they would eat it over there. Anyway, so back to your recap.
Yeah, your recap.
We're done. We're done with this now. We're really
Battlefield.
tangenty today.
Yeah, I was saying we're pretty tangent
We
heavy
see
today.
one guy, and that one guy's like, "Hey y'all, I'm one guy. Are you like doing all of the like fixing up the battlefield and like all that stuff?" Yeah, there's like 30 people. Well, what else am I gonna do? Go socialize? Go to the club? We don't have time for that. We're in some dark fucking times. Oh, like the dark fucking power? Yeah, the one that is infecting our dreams. I'm a mage, but don't tell anyone, okay? Got it. So, why don't you want to tell people? Because then they'd make me do their dirty work. I kind of want to do my dirty work, not theirs. You know, anti-government, pro-people. Gotcha. Zarel, learn from this guy.
Understood. Taking notes.
Real monarchy.
Wait a minute.
I wrote the notes for you. Anyway, I'm trying to remember if there was anything else we learned from him.
We learned we learned he's a follower of the Four Winds, which have apparently Hades and Barbarshia as part of them. And by Hades, I mean
That's where
obviously
we learned
Rubicon
that.
Barbarshia.
Sorry, I thought that was a bit later for some reason. No, that was then. That was then.
Mhm.
Yeah. And after we meet with him, we go into the docks where we're immediately like, "Stop! You're violating the law." What are we doing? You're breathing. I don't like it.
You don't like it when you breathe.
Okay. Don't go on our docks.
Hey, buddy, where's your dock permit?
Yeah,
You
where's
have
your
your
dock
fishing
permit?
license, mate.
Yeah, I don't see a fishing license. Why do we need a fishing license? That looks like a mighty big fish beside you. Do you have a license for this fish?
He shows up later.
Rel?
I'm here too.
Oh, Zarel's a oh yeah, okay. My bad. Whenever I look at Zarel, my first thought isn't fish. I'm gonna be honest.
I assume their first thought is dude.
The first thought is definitely dude.
And egg, so probably trans, but we'll get to that.
We'll see. You have to figure things out.
Anyway, so we're like, so we want to talk to this person. Not on our docks, you're not. Ilgamesh, you have a loud voice. Hey, your first mate's here. And then the captain's like, oh, come up here. We can't. I'll come down there, I guess. And then we talk to the captain, who's like, yo, good to see you guys. I'm trying my best here, but there's materials that are kind of beyond what I have the materials for, and trying to look for them, trying to find mech magic. No, not mech magic. Tech. No. What's it
Magitech.
called? Magitech. There you go. See, I just had to remember in Anthony's voice.
You did it.
Anyway,
Driving.
So think you can help me with that? Sure, I guess. Oh, cool. We might have a time limit though. Why? Because they're not very subtle in wanting to take my ship. Like, they're trying to find any excuse to just not have me work on the ship. I kind of think they'd prefer if I was dead. No, we really did wish you were dead. Legally, it'd make things so much easier for us. Yeah, anyway.
I
Help
got
me.
permission. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
What?
For what?
Don't worry about it. Keep
Kill?
going. Keep going.
Okay.
You're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Go.
Or some ways we can help you. Well, there's those guys, like, they could probably help out. What guys? The fish guys. The one with the hook that was looking at me like I was a piece of cheese. Okay, well, we'll go talk to them. So we go talk to them, and they're like, oh, did you see that piece of cheese? You mean the woman? Yeah. I want to kiss her in the mouth.
Oh damn.
Is that what you do with cheese?
Don't you?
Oh.
That's part of our culture, Sorrel. You better start kissing your cheese before you eat it.
Oh well, I suppose I have to because of woke.
How could Woke do this?
We're gonna help you guys. Not because it's the right thing to do, And not because we feel a little guilty that we're apparently taking food from starving orphans. Okay, they're not orphans. I know it's the entirety of the people. Just funnier to say orphans. But I really want to talk to Captain. She's really cute.
She is, but I don't know, but sure, let's do this. And Timothy and Gilgamesh are like, I don't understand. Does he like her or something? I don't get it. And Zarel and Moon are like, tee hee hee, he likes her. And I remember we go with them to the docks. And I'm starting to blur here. Help.
No, that was near the end.
That was basically it.
Yeah.
We talked to
There was one other thing that
our-
happened, yeah.
yeah, we talked to our boy Jiren, aka Captain Coco, aka whatever other name we're gonna give.
Right. Coco Lucario the first.
All of those things, yes, of course. Do you want to
And
take
it's
over?
like,
Should we-
hey,
okay,
do you
yeah.
want to be our boss battle?
I kinda do.
What if we talk to you?
I never thought of it like that.
What if I explicitly related, Gilgamesh, what if I explicitly related to your goals as a person and your goals about having reacted to the call of your world in the past?
I never thought of it like that. But sure, I won't be a boss. I think I'll be an ally.
Oh, I did the wrong thing. That's why I didn't show up correctly.
Yeah, I should have been a boss. The DM did the wrong thing.
Oh, no, that wasn't what I'm talking about. I have permission to use the Pride Heart.
Yay! And that means you have permission to use the pants changing button for Muna, right?
I asked Logan because he has a little Pride Heart AVI, and I'm like, can I use that this month? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, yay! So I'm gonna put it right there.
So, like, are we gay now?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go. Let's go.
We did it. We're
Go
good
to
now.
the-
Finally, it only took this long.
Gilgamesh, it's Pride Month. You know what that means?
Yes.
What, we're looking
As
for what? Wait, what? We're trying to
Gilgamesh
find gay
starts
hearts or something?
destroying
What? We're trying to find gay keyblades.
Gay keyblades or something?
Look, this is
Ain't
Pride
nobody.
Month. You need a month to have pride in yourself.
Heh.
Always have pride.
Hey, Moon,
No.
I just went to the Pride rally. Why are all your friends here?
They really don't know where they are.
Oh, there's a
Vicky,
new
Vicky.
one. Sorry,
Wait, what?
Logan just showed me that he had a new one.
Okay.
My bad.
Either way, with that, I had the BRB. My eyes are watering. I need a drinky. So Muna's gonna be in the back going, hello, I'm Muna. While I get some water and... Oh no, close my eyes for
Oh
a bit.
no,
My eyes
this
are
one
really
doesn't.
dry.
Okay, this one doesn't have. It's not transparent. How do I make it transparent? I know I can. Filter. While we're waiting on Muna, I'm gonna make this thing. That's definitely what I'm waiting on.
Transparent. Let's go.
Maybe chroma key, and we'll chroma key custom color. That custom color will be that, and then yeah. Damn, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
New Pride Heart that I was allowed to use. Very fun.
Dude, Pride Heart.
Wonderful.
I can't believe they gave Vegeta a whole month.
It's saying Pride Month.
Stay in Pride!
Saiyan Pride Month.
All right. But yes, we will jump into things. I missed the entire last half of it, and again, we had so many tangents throughout it that I don't really understand exactly what was said. But here's 3 spillations anyway.
We're out of our minds this game. We're just we're everywhere.
There's also another thing. I want you guys are getting very close to the end on this. But I want you guys to make sure that I have the thing set up. I do. I want you guys to take away a square on your things.
1 square?
1 square.
Taking 1 square.
Oh.
And tell me which one you're taking, and I will get rid of the thing for it. That one? Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
I already took it out, so there it is.
Where'd you take it from? Because I'm trying to get rid of the thing.
Oh, I got it
one,
like
okay.
here.
Bam.
Yeah.
And Gilgamesh, let me guess. We'll wait for Muna to come back to figure that one out, and let's see what they are. So first things first, Bia, that is a blank one. That is usually nothing.
But now it's different.
I would like you to shuffle this bag. And then draw.
The shuffler.
If I get where I can get another AP, okay, there we go.
Hey, you get a +- dice.
Nice.
Nice.
I don't even know if we even have any more plus dice so I could to take, but I found some, so we're gonna. We're going to. Boop. I also made a bunch of new like little things for the gacha that we're doing in on Monday. If you guys ever want a gacha, let me know.
How do we gotcha?
You guys ever want me to give you guys Go coins? Let me know.
Jesus
What?
Christ.
That just sounds like fun though.
I made so there's no actual like money in the Fate campaign because who the hell are they gonna buy from? Anyway, go ahead and shuffle that and draw. You also got one of those. So...
I'm mine die.
There you go. So I made gotchas. I made some gotcha mechanics for that game. And I made a pretty fun thing, and I made like a bunch of new things that new like consumable items for it, and it's really neat.
Oh, that's interesting.
And go ahead, Gilgamesh. You're getting rid of this one, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but that's the only logical option.
You also got that.
Damn
So
it.
go ahead and shuffle this, and then draw one.
Wait,
You got splations.
hey, a new die.
Boop, boop, boop. There you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
What's it?
Again,
What's the stat up over here? What is this?
I think that might have been a stat that I took from you at one point.
I have no idea.
Yeah, we've
I just found this.
Yeah, you've lost stats
years
because
ago,
of your
yeah.
because of a curse on
A
you.
million years ago, we broke our legs and we haven't recovered since.
Yeah.
Right. I should put that where I broke my legs.
Hold on. Since we're waiting on Muna anyway, let me grab that so you guys can see it. It'd be funny. Games, Fate.
See what?
We're gonna do a search, and we're gonna take some funny things from in there. Should be all the way at the end. First off, this is funny. I'm gonna put her in here. Second off,
You put down?
just a little person.
A little person?
Yeah, it's right
Oh,
there.
yeah, I see them.
Yeah, just a
There they
little,
are.
just a little person. You know that she just wanted to be
Okay.
here.
Okay, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, don't worry about her.
Right.
Where is? There it is. Boom. And boom. So here are the gotchas that I made. I'll have her guard them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. We'll put them like off over here in the corner of the room over here with you guys. We'll have them guard the gotchas in case we ever decide to do them or not.
Oh boy, more gambling.
But if we look inside of these, I will shuffle them. But inside of the red one, whenever people give Go coins in the Monday game, they can draw these and get these. It's like, oh, give me a Go coin. You draw a random thing from the red chest, and you get these kind of things. See? Oh, that's actually a rare one. I'm not gonna show you guys that one.
Oh my god!
Don't worry about that. Yeah, like mostly they're like awunities and stuff are in there.
Hmm.
But if you look in the big chest is the same stuff, only without the hero dice and awunity dice. So you get stuff like this, which is just 3 inspiration, or you get stuff like this, which is a mark of power from the Zelda game.
Isn't that
Mark
a demon
of power?
point?
It is a demon point, but if you remember, there are things called marks of power in the in Zelda that let you like turn misses into turn misses into hits and stuff. But because this was an asset that I had and not just an asset I pulled from somewhere, I decided to use it for it instead. And then there's this. You can get boasts from in there. You can also get, again, more inspiration. You can get marks of wisdom, which are new. They are kind of like marks of power, but they're wisdom. And we have, again, marks of courage. They're all pretty fun. Those are the ones that I made new. We can get guidance tokens from in there using the Amwale guidance token thing. And I know there's another thing in here that I threw in here that's pretty neat. Where are you at? Hold on. Search. You can get rerolls. You can get the plus minus dice. Oh, here's the last one that asset I've made for. I changed how auto successes look.
Oh,
It's like
that's
it's like the
cool.
hero H, but then I made it into an A.
Oh, it's an A.
Yeah.
An A auto success.
It also reminds me a little bit of the Dream Eater symbol.
Yeah.
Very slight.
And the last thing you can get from the actually you can get stats from in here. You can get squares. Well, I don't see in a square here. Oh, there we go. You can get squares in here. And finally, probably the biggest things you can get are blessing of the Powos, where you can change something about an ability you can do. So you know the things we did in Zelda, or the big, which is fake cards. And that's the gambling.
yeah.
That's how gambling happens.
That's how gambling works.
Yeah, so we'll just have Ruler watch over those, and if you guys ever want to get Go coins, you can let me know. You'll have to ask Ruler. She gets nervous though when people talk to her now because they gave her anxiety, so don't worry about that. That being said, everyone, you guys have made your way to the airship. Because you guys are with Captain Jiren, you guys were able to basically walk up on this place as if you own the place. Nobody stopped you from going beyond. And let me go to the dive to heart, and then we'll go to crash ship because that's just funny.
Okay.
As all of you would walk by, you would see Captain Jackie almost said Captain Jackie Daniels, Captain Nilly Daniels. You will see that they are standing off in front of their ship as they were when you guys had seen them the first time, staring up at the boarding ladder as if they are waiting for it to listen to her, but it doesn't really seem to work. She seems to almost be trying something, but as she brings her hands out toward the sails, you do see that they take on a slightly more golden color whenever she seems to be trying to affect it with some kind of magic, but it does seem to quickly fade. She looks back to all of you as you approach. You all made it here. I was going to see if I could get aboard, but there have been problems. I was worried that you might have been one of the others coming here, though.
There shouldn't be any more problems.
They look over toward Jiren, and then they look to you guys. They then see the fishmen, and they look nervously over toward you, Gilgamesh. Everything is in order then?
Yes.
You see, taking up the rear of everyone, Arkin's just like.
Fish blushing.
It seems as if the gentleman here, as well as the others who had came to get me, have decided to help you prepare for your launch, as long as you give them the ability to go somewhere. They just want a ride? We can do that. And what of you, Captain? Nothing, Captain. I'm actually potentially good for a ride myself. Oh, looks to you guys.
Nods.
Hey, school of us. What's up?
Of course, while I'm aboard, I will not be the captain of the guard here, so you can just call me Jiren. Of course. I could use a bit of help. As you see Nilly look over each of you, their eyes do for a moment stop on Jiren and then on Gilgamesh in particular, and then they do seem to fall onto Muna. I believe you'd be the best one to help me with this. I'm not sure if we have a
walked
Lily.
away.
I'm not sure if we have a
away.
Lily currently.
No, we don't.
Muna goes, Muna.
No, Muna.
Sorry.
Muna.
Hello. There.
She says her signature
Lily.
phrase: "Heat for fire,
No, Lily
fire
said.
for heat."
Lily said they'd be back later.
I am hearing back and forth, and maybe that Lily cannot be heard.
Apparently cannot be heard.
Oh, they
as
can't be
far as we can
heard.
see.
Apparently, my mic was on mute on my computer rather than my microphone.
Oh, of course. Why would I
funny.
ever think anything?
Well,
I've
Nilly.
been saying shit like I'm back and oh, isn't that good? And
But yes, Nilly would look to you. They would seem to lock eyes with a couple of you in turn, but then land on you. Seems that you would be the best one to aid me with this. Do you mind?
how can I be of service?
First off, go ahead and choose a square on your inventory to take off. I'm guessing I know which square.
Yep.
This one here.
Get rid of that growth.
Get rid of that. And we'll see if you get anything from this itself. Oop, nope. However,
I don't care. It's out.
shuffle this and draw one. Inspiration. I'll give you 3 more. Boop, boop, boop. There you go.
My own caltraps. Square traps.
Square traps.
The next FNAF enemy.
But yes, moving back into this, they seem to look to you. They motion over toward the sails as they go. They react to magic. Currently, I'm trying to attempt to warm them up so that I can get the boarding ladder to extend. We could just jump up there or move ourselves up to there with other types of magic, but I feel with all of the people here and all of the burdens that you're holding, it might be best to cast a powerful spell on top of it. It does not matter what kind of spell, as long as it is powerful.
Let's see what I have up my sleeves.
You currently have access
I
to...
believe you have no sleeves.
You currently have access to 3 tier 2 magics, those being Temper, Blizzard, and Cure. You also technically could attempt to fire it by getting your bigger magic, your Slight, to activate. Your smaller ones could work as well, Stone, Water, or Fire, or Arrow. What would you like to try?
I'd like to try to leave. I'm kidding. Let's do Arrow because, you know.
Okay.
You know.
As you are attempting to do this, roll me for your magic, please.
I will. that is a stat in which I have.
That's
those
true,
are-
That's
right?
so true.
That is true. I've heard that.
So true, bestie.
So true, bestie.
Oh no.
That is a
True,
3.
breasty.
That is
That's pretty bad.
That is altogether a 10. You find that currently you are unable to aid with this. Your magic is not sufficient enough. The actual sails on them are lighting as you and Nilly are attempting to put magic into this, but it doesn't seem to take to an extent where you are going to, for the time being, lose a couple of mana. I'll put them over here on the corner
I
here.
like those.
I'll put them over here at the corner. You find that the sail itself is taking more than you're giving. So it does seem to somewhat exhaust you. Does anybody wish to aid them?
Let's see.
Computer, is there anything I can do?
I mean, if we need a power
Yeah.
spell.
Don't just cast Ultima on this.
Okay. Yeah, Gilgamesh will help with magic. Let's see, what kind of magic can I?
Okay,
help
Gilgamesh,
with?
you own the only tier 2 magic you have is Shade, but you do have a tier 2 magic if you'd like to try.
Uh,
I don't have anything. I don't have ice now, I guess.
Ice is
two,
tier
it's
1.
Okay, I have nothing.
Oh.
Chill back.
You can technically use a
The
tier 1
beautiful
spell
tier
if
ones.
you can technically use a tier 1 spell. That's what Muna did. However, Muna is much better at it than you guys.
yeah.
I think many people are better at it than I am. I could try to balloon it just for emotional support.
It is up to you. Would you like to balloon it, Zarel?
Like to.
Okay. Zarel, you're gonna
I
make
would
your
never
way.
let a friend in need not have help.
You're gonna make your way up because you are not one of the ones that they had looked to / landed on at the end of this. You are gonna have a negative to this. I would like you to please roll me with a -3, which in your case will turn into a
Is it
-4.
Yeah, no worries. I will simply roll a 3 and roll a 0.
That is a
Or roll that
natural
20.
20.
Or I will not
All right.
20. That's right, bitch.
Nat 20,
Never
flat
doubt me
20.
again.
Yeah.
Never doubt the great Leviathan's power.
Fucking
You
great.
find that
Leviathan.
as you step forward to give aid to Muna and Nilly, you make balloons appear underneath the wings of the or underneath the sails of the ship, basically attempting to lift it up. That being said, you don't expect the balloons to actually just start being inside of the things. The sails begin to light. At first in a golden color, but then into a seemingly multifaceted, like shining color that goes through the different things of like a prism. As you see the sails begin lighting up into their prism like shapes, or not shapes, in their prism like colors, Nilly brings their hand back, and the boarding ladder makes its way over and stops itself down at the base for all of you. There we go.
Impressive.
Thank you very much. It is a shame that currently you're finding her in such disrepair, but as I mentioned, some of the influences of this place have shifted some of the capabilities of my ship. It is a
Well,
little
anything-
bit harder to control at the moment.
Oh, maybe a little harder, but not something that we can handle, right?
Of course. Thank you all.
Of
Shall
course.
we? You find as it was you who did it, Zarel, you see that the three fishmen, Bob, Glenn, and Mike are just like, yeah, and you just see Arkin just nodding like, of course you would. You're the
Of
great
course.
Leviathan.
The great Leviathan strikes again.
It seems I should not underestimate the power of this world's sea.
That was mostly you, Muna. I just gave the final push there.
Oh, come now, you're selling yourself too short, Rector Zarel.
And you're so tall for that.
Yeah, it's true. My body is taller, therefore I can have more mana inside me.
All of
Yeah,
you
bigger.
start to make your way up onto the ship. As you do, The ship itself is shown to be it's about the size of like a small, not pirate ship, but a small sailing vessel. It's not like your humongous freight or anything like that. You can't like take a shit ton of stuff in the ship, but it's relatively good for
I've been
things.
in a ship like this before in a museum, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
Except it didn't have wings.
It's mostly this is mostly used for explorers or sailing of that nature. You do find that there are some aspects of the top of the ship that look like they could house weapons or weaponry, but they are not there at the moment. They don't seem to be showing themselves at the very least.
The sleeping areas of those ships would make the capsule hotels in fucking Japan blush.
As you guys get up to the front, you guys see that Arkin and the rest of the fishmen put down their burdens. Zarel and Gilgamesh, since you guys were aiding, you guys put down the final bits of the ones that they had, and all of you look off and around. Finally, Nilly seems to look over at where the docking area of the ship is. They seem to look over toward the docking ladder, and they bring it back, but you do take note that they almost instinctively made a different hand motion. Muna, you could tell that a magic was invoked, but was not taken, as they seem to frown. I can't lock her down yet.
Anything we can do?
We can attempt to go down into the depths and see if that power source all of you have brought will take, but I was hoping to lock down the deck so that no one can make their way aboard.
We have people who can look, right? Well, we go check that out, right?
If there's any issues, I can watch the deck here to make sure none of them make their way aboard.
From stories I've heard, we have to watch for pirates that will swing in from ropes. We have to look for the great Redbeard of the Green Pirates.
It happens more than you would think, but once we're in the air, I doubt we'll have to worry about that.
Air pirates.
There are sky pirates, but I doubt that this world has many.
Well, that's why we need a lookout. Who wants to be lookout?
There was also tale of Cloud Thulu.
A Cloud Thulu.
Yes,
Cloud Thulu.
a large tentacle beast who found their homes inside of rain clouds.
So like a cloud octopus.
Sort of, yes, like a cloud kraken.
Which sounds like something my brother would take.
I mean, the mythology of Cloud Thulu is nice, but the writer is a piece of work.
I'm not gonna make a joke.
At this point, Arkin and the fishmen begin to make their way back and forth, looking about. You do find that some of the people from the docks have started moving over toward the areas as if they were looking to attempt to board now that the thing was down. However, because it was swiftly brought up, you do hear them looking up and calling out in the direction. She looks down. This will buy us a little bit of time. Let us go below deck.
Very well.
Try not to murder anyone, please.
All you really gotta do is
Hear
pick
that,
and throw 'em.
Gilgamesh?
Oh, we'll need Gilgamesh to bring that thing down. Because I believe it's Gilgamesh that is holding it currently.
Yeah.
You guys begin
That'd be
to make your way down. As you are doing so, currently it will just be you guys and Jiren will start to go down. We will go to the next layer of the ship.
The next layer. Oh.
There it is. We did it.
Sick of moving a backflip.
We really gotta learn to move shit before we press the button.
Oh, this isn't even the correct. This isn't even the correct thing because this is the interior of the top of the ship.
I'll press you to have the object go under everyone.
You
That's
fool.
how I just fixed
Now
the ship.
all of China knows
Yeah,
you have a
I was trying
bed.
to move soldiers over here because they were the ones causing a lot of issues.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just saying, I pushed the letter U, and that put the
I'll-
soldiers up to make it easier.
I'll push the letter U.
oh.
We're gonna do it again.
yes.
Watch everybody jump. Yay!
Ramu jump.
Do-do-do.
Equal.
You guys see as you begin to make your way down from the areas off to the sides here. You guys make your way down into the current, I guess you would call it workstations or general stations of this place. There are a lot of seating. There are brigs for sleeping and things of that nature. There is the kitchen area for cooking and things of that nature. As you guys would do this, I'm gonna move these guys off because they are not.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
As she looks off and down, she makes her way over and goes to one of the other down areas to continue forward. As she seems to continue down to the next place, we get to the final area where you guys will hop once more.
Let's go, baby. Let's hop. Oh.
This will all be better whenever we have a place for this that isn't on the dock.
But the letter U is helpful.
No worries. Just collect everybody. We'll all be fine. We'll never jump again.
As you guys move down to the final area, you see that there is a place for what appears to be workstations to help with any kind of things that need to be made, as well as the final areas for sleeping and what appears to be a brig for a prisoner if there is ever a need for it.
All right, I'll put myself in ahead of time.
As
That'd be
she
so helpful.
as she makes her way over toward the far end door here, she would bring her hand aside, and once again you see a doorway that almost seems to shimmer with that same kind of prismatic energy, but very faintly. There is a effort that seems to be made until finally there is a clicking sound and the door opens, behind which you see a large crystalline structure in front of a very mechanical, very modern, but almost steam, almost like a steam fantasy future type of engine. As you look to it, the core of this ship is very much shown. Gilgamesh in particular.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, and Muna, both of you. You guys would look to the crystal in front of you, and you guys would tell, again, just like what you were told before, it's almost as if the crystal here is living. You know that it is made up of donated, basically, pieces of the people from the home world that Nili came from. This crystal is basically made up of a network of its own like nerve endings, essentially. It does look as if it is stone, it is some kind of gem, but it gives off almost the feeling of breathing, of living, as you two look at it. And there it is.
Interesting. You weren't exaggerating.
She's a bit temperamental. Sometimes she has issues being away from home for too long, but for the most part, this is the ship.
Beings willingly gave up there. Interesting.
This is made up of, yes, volunteers from my world. People who had no interest or otherwise had no use for their the nerve endings or the inner workings that would allow them to use magic. Because that's how magic tech worked in my world, this was made. It's actually a custom piece that's specifically made for this ship. She almost feels like she's talking to me sometimes. So I've given her, well, all the respect I can. She has her own feelings, her own thoughts sometimes even. And I definitely can feel that sometimes she even feels as if she's sick, like she currently feels. She motions over toward what appears to be a large crack down the central crystal inside of this area. This is what happened whenever I first found her here. Whenever the others had already boarded and looked through everything before I was able to get back, because I was over at the Peace Takers. Whenever I returned, I saw that. Someone had already tried to harvest her, but they weren't able to do much. They were able to take a small sliver of her away, but she's a lot harder than she looks. Oh, also, because there is a large glowing magical crystal here. Here I go! Ramu goes up. Ramu goes up and latches themselves onto it.
Ramu, I don't think that one's it.
Ice right, you go.
As Ramu holds herself there for a second, you do note that there are sparks coming off of their cheeks from touching whatever this power source is. But as she lays there for like a minute or so, pick up.
That's all right, Ramu.
Drags her little feet, making her way out. Like,
oh, come on.
You will find what you're seeking one day.
They will go pout.
Understandable.
They make their way off to the other side and just climb
the
aboard.
rat walk of shame.
Nah.
Walk of shame. Walk of shame.
We can see if she'll take it. The energy you have found.
Let's see if this was worth it. So I'm just gonna take it out of my inventory. Just gonna drag it over.
You bring out what appears to be that large electrical crystal that you have found aboard Lord Cube's ship. As you bring it out and you step forward, you do find that the closer you get to the ship's core, the more the generator, the thing you have brought, seems to somewhat spark to life. As you bring it forward, you hand it out toward the crystal, and very strangely, it feels as if the crystal itself becomes almost magnetized with this thing. As it does,
Interesting.
the power source seems to almost leap forward. Do you let it go, or do you continue to hold it?
You say lead, just like violent
It seems
lurching.
like it seems like it is lurching in the direction, to almost a point of difficult for even you to hold. If it was somebody but you or Zarel holding this, if this was Hibiki or Muna, you feel like they would have immediately been dragged forward.
Yeah, he'll well, he doesn't want to damage anything. He'll try and gingerly guide it into not ripping a hole.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah.
As you begin to have that happen with you, I would like you to roll me for your physique, please.
Oh, big boy.
Your strength, I mean.
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
So strong and beautiful.
You have two
That's-
fleetings as well.
Oh, okay. That's a 15 plus 7?
Yep.
Okay, so
14, and
14
finally,
plus. Yeah. Let's see. Oh,
as this gets dragged over from you, you are able to hold on to it. You take small steps going forward until you're able to connect the crystal with this large generator like object. Again, there are two completely different things. One of them has glass adorning it, almost like a light bulb. One of them has metal off to each side of it. Again, like it's almost like a fuse that was put into the ship up above. This is a natural looking, almost pulsing crystal. As the two touch, with you holding it back to not break anything, you do find that the crystalline structure in front of you almost seems to eat it. You see that the crystal looks for a moment as if it is made of liquid, as it begins to draw it in, you look at this and you are immediately reminded of Lacrima from your homeworld. As you look at this thing, this looks as if it has the same properties of a Lacrima that is overcharged, as if it is holding between the state of solid and liquid, almost like it's molten.
Dangerous.
As you allow for the generator to be essentially absorbed into this thing, you take note that, again, if this were Muna or Hibiki holding onto this, whenever they went surging forward, they probably would have been drawn into the crystal along with this thing.
Delicious. Twink flavor.
As you allow it to go in carefully, you eventually let it go to get sunk into the rest of it. I would like you to roll me one more time. This time it is going to be for your experience.
Yay. Okay. So 2. My experience will be fucking a 2. Yeah, that's it. Oh.
A little bit further.
Yep.
I will have to look for different dice towers now. A 19!
Oh, T21. Blackjack is my favorite number in these games.
You find, as you allow for it to go in, once again, you sense that looking at this, it just seems to eat it inward. And that molten-like state seems to ripple across it for a moment. As you stare at it, this strange Lacrima that's in front of you, it 100% feels extremely similar to the crystals from your homeworld, to an extent where you're relatively sure that if this thing has been absorbing magic the way it's been doing, it's probably absorbed magic from very powerful beings. This, if you were in modern fairy tale, this is 100% like if this thing was fired on by an Ethereum cannon. Which is
I see.
Crazy. But since you are in more ancient of that world, you feel as if this thing is almost waiting for something, as if it is drawing in energy from all over, because it is either missing something or it expects something in it that will power it up further.
I think I understand you.
You do find that as you have given the generator to them, to this thing, the machinery behind it begins to start whirring to life. You see a lot of the almost steampunk-esque things beginning to churn. You hear the slow, low humming of the engines on either side beginning to turn on. You hear "ah!" as she rushes in and begins to start pulling a lot of the different levers and gauges to attempt to allow for this machine to breathe a bit. She rushes by you to get to the other to allow for this thing to basically idle. But she wipes her brow. It seems it was able to take in the electricity magic.
It consumed it wholeheartedly.
Electricity. Right, that can be a power source. I forgot in the other place.
Yes, again, this thing usually only takes in light magic. She's kind of particular that way. It doesn't look as if I can get the weapon system online because of that, but this magic itself is crazily efficient. We should be able to at least turn on the sails.
How long have you said this crystal has been here?
Well, that crystal belonged to my family, around, 2 generations now. She motions over to it. I believe, I'm not sure if it was my grandmother's friend or if it was my mother's friend, but they had said that long ago, one of their close allies and friends had essentially given in to a type of disease or a type of malady that was affecting them, that was making them unable to use magic any longer, and as such they had no use for their magical nerves, so they gifted them to our family. All of this you see here is from one mage, yet it's the largest crystal that I've ever seen.
It's like a lacrima. It's hungry, greedy. It's waiting for something. You have an extremely dangerous piece of magic here.
She's not all that bad.
No. I mean that in the most serious kind of sense. Power like this would drive any mortal mad with hunger.
Well, we were one of the faster ships in the fleet.
Does it typically literally consume sources of magic?
Back on our world, it was able to take in the unique energies of our sun. Again, the sails are almost solar powered to an extent, but if you look above us, they like motion over toward one of the small like windows that would look out to the outside. If you look around at the sky, you can see that the sky here is blue, right?
Obviously.
My home world, the sky was red. A lot of, from what I understand of it, is that most worlds can't survive near the type of sun that my world had. But my world was unique in that it was in a perfect position to take in not only the solar rays of this essentially solar giant of a star, but it was also given off a lot of different types of magic itself. Just being near it in my world was enough to make almost anybody on the planet a mage.
My brother Blood would talk about stars and magic. I never understood it.
It's a strange sensation being in this world where magic is plentiful, yes, especially nowadays, since recently it feels a little bit more plentiful with magic. But even so, there's not nearly enough for my ship to go on her own. She can't just absorb the solar energies right now unless we feed her quite a lot of light magic to get her going. Almost like a jump start. Though I don't know if you know what that means.
I understand the need to consume things for energy. I mean it more literally, though. All these contraptions. It ate the engine, like it was made of molten rock.
Yeah. Sometimes she grows when she does that.
Of course it grows. Lacrima gets bigger the more magic it has.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like, even though the electricity magic that we put into it was efficient, it doesn't look as if it was enough to actually sustain her. It's enough for the machinery around here, at least, though.
I would assume it's because it's waiting for the right kind.
Maybe she's being a little bit less picky because she hates it here.
That's difficult.
Imagine why.
Either way, we should be able to get the sails online, though as soon as we turn those on, we're most likely going to get a lot of trouble from the ones who are at the docks.
Why would they be so against you leaving?
That's pretty simple. You just see Jiren looking off at all the different things in the room. Everybody has been watching this thing. Essentially, before even the captain showed up, this thing was, I guess, a priority for the mayor. Even though everything had happened in the town and the entire town was essentially destroyed, instead of doing any of the cleanup like he was supposed to, he's been trying to figure out more about this thing. However, we didn't have access to this room until Nilly showed up. Before, he had broke that door down and attacked this thing. Motions toward the crystal. At least that's what some of my men had said. And because of that, this place rejected him.
He attacked.
He motions toward the crack along the front of the crystal.
Mom, sure enough, there it is.
Nice.
I don't know exactly how things went down. I was at the Peace Takers area with the others, but yeah, whenever I returned, from what I learned, the mayor wasn't feeling very well. They weren't able to stay aboard. As well, the person that made this injury here, they weren't able to stay aboard either. Which is why he left it to the rest of the people in town to come here.
They managed to break a piece off, though.
Looking at it, while it is small compared to the actual crystal itself, the large strip of crack that this thing is does look as if it is rather hefty. To an extent that I'm trying to look around to see if there's a good representation of how big this. The crack itself looks like it's about as long as a broom handle. This is a rather large crystal. This thing is taller than Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
You know what else is taller than Gilgamesh?
He actually, I'm not really thinking about it, kind of just touches near that crack, just gently, like, nice.
I realized that Jiren was a bit tall.
Shrink that bitch.
because
understand,
even
yeah.
Hibiki is supposed to be tall, so I'd like
Yeah. Wait a second.
probably like there.
Yeah. They ran off with a piece of this.
Most likely. I haven't been able to find anything. At first there was a bit of dust around, but ever since that crack came apart, she's been like this. Motions toward the actual crystal again, looking at the sort of molten look that it's taken on.
I understand them. He just turns to the other. He turns to Muna, Hibiki, and Zarel. I feel like our involvement here is yet to be concluded.
That is an understatement.
If we can help in any way, it's never gonna stop, right? This place already seems quite interesting.
It all points back to this mayor. Mortals in places of power are often the most corrupted.
I would
Let's
like
not
to
forget the dreams.
I would like to make sure that she's in a better place before any sort of assaults happen on this place, but if you do wish to go and do things, I can keep her idle for a while.
It'd be good to get her out before they can try to do anything to it, right?
Indeed.
If possible,
Besides-
I'd like to move her first.
That will not be a problem. Besides, we know where we have to go already. You must put a stop to this darkness after all, right?
If you're wanting to make your way into the manor above, you're going to need some way to get past its defenses.
What defenses are those?
The one that is the advisor of the mayor. Again, I don't know much of them, but they do appear to be an extremely powerful and gifted mage. The one that I said was wearing that crown-like object before.
They have the ability to deal with creatures that fly in the sky.
More than that, essentially they can decide who comes and goes to the area they're in. Almost as if they have judgment over just about anything inside of that place. If you were to walk your way in there and cause any trouble, they could not only just deny you flat out to make your way in, at which point you'd have to break your way in, but while you're inside, they could deny you air. It's like the
That's
entire
interesting.
area is under his and the mayor's control.
He has some kind of spell circle or ward then that covers the manor.
Muna, would you like to roll me for your experience, please?
Yes, I would.
Muna, go Muna!
Do it, Muna. Do
Let's
it.
go, women.
Let the moon rise.
Yeah,
You did it.
you did the thing, probably.
Luna,
Ooh.
that is an 18 for your experience. That is an unnatural 20. Roll me one more time, see if you get a 20.
Let's
Go,
see if
go.
I do.
Go, 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 go.
You fucking do!
Fuck.
Yes, I did.
Uh,
Just win.
You
Muna,
won.
everything here has felt odd to you. A lot of things in this place has felt really odd to you. But when that statement comes up, let me change the music for you really quick. We'll go to here. When it comes to you, the idea of someone denying someone air, you immediately remember something about a magic that was from your world. A magic that, while was never used inside of the city bounds, was one of the main reasons why you had left the area you had gone in your back in your place. At which point you immediately also remember early in the campaign, something around these mountains felt very familiar to you. You know the ritual that Gilgamesh and Nili are talking about. The spell that they're that Jiren had just brought up is a spell from your world. Not only is it a spell from your world, it is a spell that is only practiced by the upper crust and the official in your world. It is a spell that only works when you have a ton of followers or a ton of people under you. It is a spell that only a member of a royal family would know.
In a bit of rage, you see flames erupt from Muna. I will take a mono for that. It's just for dramatic effect, but...
Whenever that is brought up, you guys just see Muna, like, for a second, stop, look forward, and then their entire body is engulfed in flames.
Oh, Muna, I cast water over her.
I know that spell.
Are you okay? Did that hurt?
I don't.
I know that spell, and I'm not talking about our time here. No, I'm talking about something I know.
What?
Something I know, Zarel. A ritual I know from my world.
What? What exactly?
I guess it would make sense if you brought yourself here that another potentially might have. What is this? What do you know of it? Muna,
Those that...
the spell in question, and again, the reason it came to you as quickly as it did whenever you came to this town and you had recognized the name, the thing that you had said in your brain, you know that this is one of the effects of the ritual of absolute authority.
This is the ritual of absolute authority. And, as you could guess from a title like that, the only ones that knew of it were higher-ups and nobles.
I guess it makes somewhat sense. That person was wearing some kind of a crown when he appeared.
Let me tell you something. I preferred my life in that dingy swamp when I used to dine with cutlery and silverware. That's how disgusting their methods were to me.
So you know of them then? This person, maybe?
For their sake, I hope I don't.
Flashes in your mind of a certain person go through your head, but again, you hope it's not them.
If it is that, Or if it is not them, whoever they are, we will crush them under our heels, Muna.
If it's a spell from your world, you should know the best method of breaking it, right?
Unfortunately, Muna, it's a spell that, while it can be overcome for certain individuals, as long as there are people that are under the rule of the person, it is very difficult to remove. That being said, it's also difficult to set up, which is most likely why it's only over the manor right now instead of the entire city.
There's only one type of spell I wasn't strong enough to rid of. Authority is putting it lightly. Once it seeps into them, they become their property. And no matter how much I would try, I was unable to break that, what I call a curse.
From what I saw, whenever I've seen it go through, again, the ability to deny someone air, I assume that if you went inside of it to attempt to dismantle it from where it is placed, they could simply just stop you from doing it in the same way. Seems a troublesome ritual.
A vile
They
magic.
would call it absolute.
It's a troubling ritual, but a very long one. If we deal with them soon, then that's the best we can hope for.
As I said, unless we have
Nuts.
something to stop us from being affected by that, it may be too dangerous to make our way into the actual manor. Something of equal or greater authority would be needed, and that would only be something to protect one or two of us. We would need quite a lot to siege a place like that.
What about a starving city?
Potentially. I don't know exactly how well it would work out or how you would be able to channel something like that, but I did hear a rumor, actually, that now that you bring that
rumor?
up. Well, you know that this country have two large cities inside of it, right? The lower district that all of us were just in, as well as the, I guess you would call it the terminal district, the place where all of the people from other worlds are brought in by the gummy train. I heard that the terminal city is off. Off? I heard that it is, from what people have gathered around, it is quiet. More quiet than what we would expect to be there. It's almost as if there was no resistance thrown out at all when the Heartless attacked. Yet, from what we've seen, or from what other people have mentioned, there is a large amount of life coming from there. Meaning the Heartless didn't get nearly as many people as they did in the lower district. Maybe you could use some of whatever magic or whatever thing has authority there to help you.
Do some. Sorry. We have to do something.
We will do something, Muna.
At the moment, it seems as if this is a thing from your world, at the very least it isn't over the city, so the people here should be safe as long as they don't go to the manor, right?
How does it work, this ritual? Exactly.
Again, the area that he is in is almost unpenetrable. I've seen...
No. Muna, how does one cast this? What are its requirements? Blood, bodies?
Muna, unfortunately, you are not the person that the spell would have went to, so you don't know how to cast it.
Gilgamesh. I wish I knew.
Again, the
Don't
idea
feel as hopeless.
the idea of it mostly being that this would be something that very few would know and very few would have access to the benefits of. One being potentially a king of a city, or one being like the master of a home or of a district. Very few people know how the spell is actually cast, but since it has ritual in its name, you can most likely take into that there are many steps that would take into actually performing it.
What did Muna say?
I wish I knew, otherwise I wouldn't feel as hopeless at the moment. But if there's anything, it's a long ritual. If we're fortunate, it's written down for us to read plainly. But some are decent with their memory.
Written
We
down.
don't need to fight it, I suppose, right? We just need to find a way to overpower it, right?
There's probably plenty of different magics in this world that can maybe able to at least give protection while you're inside. And once you all can get in, I'm sure that from seeing all of you and from knowing my own talents, we would be a match for any who would be in there. As long as we are able to actually fight and use our abilities, we should be able to at least defend ourselves.
That should be our focus right after that, right? We just have to find a way to be able to protect ourselves, Muna.
Of course.
It does occur to each of you that this is maybe something you could talk to Michelle about, or potentially even Booyah about. They are both very knowledgeable on not only magics, but also the world that is here.
Every ritual has some kind of exploitable weakness. We will find it.
This place has all sorts of different magic, right? Hey, there are fun new weaknesses.
Of course. Of course.
Either way, knowing that, unfortunately it does mean that actually going and attacking the manor is almost out of the question right now. I say we finish up what all we need to have done here and take this ship somewhere safer. As soon as those sails come up, as the captain said, most likely the mages on the docks will attempt to stop us from leaving.
Then they'll die. Simple as that. And it's their own decision that causes it.
If that's something you're planning on doing, then I'll have no part of it. The people here are only acting on their own sense of honor and duty. They're told to keep things here. They don't know any better or what things are going on. Those are my people, my men. I may be an off-worlder like all of you, but I was given a duty here. Even if the duty was given to me by, apparently, a tyrant. I won't stand for the mistreatment of the others who are with me.
We need not kill anyone, right? All we have to do is move out.
Yeah, just stop them from stopping us.
Exactly.
Then they will be beaten away from the ship.
They can handle a few bruises at the least.
In most cases I've seen, mages can't. But we'll see.
So, we have what we, I guess, need. Do you guys have anything else you'd need to do here that isn't to do with the manor? Or should we just turn it on and go?
Mhm.
I think knowing what we know, it's best to just move as fast as possible, if you would ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else we can do here aside from show the people there's a stash of food so they need not scrounge in the dirt.
The stash of food is at the manor.
Oh, I was at the dock. My bad.
No,
I
they
was- I was-
were
I
at the
was
docks
remembering.
because the guys had bought them and brought them there.
Okay, my brain misinterpreted locations. Never
Yeah.
mind. Let me try again. There's nothing we can do here. That's right. They just need to survive a little longer.
If the ship had
That's
been
all.
bigger, we could have tried to get the citizens out of this place into somewhere else that has more food.
I don't think
But I
don't think that the people at the manor would take kindly of everybody evacuating. I also don't think any of them would find it very good to leave this place. A lot of them seem to be wanting to stay here because of not knowing what happened to their friends and family.
Yeah. Actually, since you were part of the guard here, did you all make a lot of arrests in the coming days?
I was actually one of the reasons why I went to the lower city when I did was because I was going after a fugitive of this place.
A fugitive? Someone who had escaped?
Yes, a person who had made their way away. I guess escaped is one word for it, but more than that, they seem to have found a way inside the manor and stole something. They were, I guess, told to me as if they were some kind of demon phantom thief of some kind.
LMAO.
Wait. What? Do they have a strikingly strange hair color?
From what I was told, yes.
What color?
Let me zoom out and make sure that I say the correct color, because we all know who I'm talking about.
Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is learning not to live on assumptions alone.
Nah, yeah, don't. It's never right to assume. Where the fuck is she?
It's never right to assume it makes an ass out of
Magnus
you
Bar.
and me.
There we go. As you guys are immediately bringing in the mind of a teal-colored, a teal hair-colored lady who you knew was going to be attempting a museum heist at one point in the lower district.
Gilgamesh takes just a deep breath, I see. This plan has just been augmented significantly.
You know of them. I don't know what it is
She's
they
a
took from.
friend.
I don't know what it is they took from the manor, but they were given a very large bounty. They were even
We
told
don't
to
know.
bring them back dead or alive.
Oh, well, we can ask.
It seems fortune is smiling on this town after all. Interesting. Right, let's leave.
What
There's
are we
no
waiting
point.
for? Let's get this thing started up.
We
If
got
you
our
guys-
intel.
If
And
you
we
guys
go.
are ready for them to take off, then Nilly will go to the engine. You guys hear the humming of the engine beginning to start. Do-do-do-do.
We should get up.
you guys
we
are
should
able-
get to the top deck.
You guys are able to come back here anytime you want. So I
Mhm.
will say that. That's not correct music for what's happening right now. Let's go to the hype playlist. Let's go to, you know what?
We're getting hyped up.
Let's see if they're gonna get on me for Persona 4 music.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing. What is this?
I hope they don't be.
As you guys see the ship itself beginning to power up, you start hearing a commotion from the outside almost immediately. As soon as the engine gets to a point where it is beyond anything that has been seen in the docks, within a millisecond, you guys hear a siren beginning to sound from the outside.
Oh, they are fast.
As soon as this thing is pushed beyond the limit anybody had seen, it's almost as if there were wards or something set up immediately, as if triggered by magic itself. You guys hear a large rumbling from atop of here, and as you all approach the area up above, let's go with Surge of Power. Sounds fun. There we go.
Oh.
As you guys get to the top of this area, prepare to get launched. Oh, no launching.
That's because I moved everyone.
As you guys run up to the top, Nilly a little bit behind you guys, as they were the one to turn on all the systems and everything. You see, whenever you breach the upper part of this, what appears to be wood flying through the air.
Oh.
You guys see all of the wooden planks that were making up the deck that is around you, seemingly lifting and spinning in the air, beginning to be launched at the people on the top of the boat. You see Arkin with their large hook-like weapon, smacking pieces of wood away from what appears to be Bob on the ground, who had been struck by one.
No, not Bob.
Not Bob versus baby boy.
As he is apparently defending Bob, the other two are off on either side, attempting to try to unfurl the sails. As Arkin looks back to you, we must set them off! Bring them down! Nilly rushes themselves over toward the wheel, as these two are attempting to bring the sail down. Do you guys want to try to bring this one down?
Yes, sir.
Young Mitch looks at this. How?
You see Jiren rush over to the side as he sees again all of these wooden planks seemingly twisting and sort of almost like twirling in the air. Muna, actually all of you have seen it. I would like for all four of you to roll me for your looking at the wood itself. Roll me for your insight, please.
All right, let's see.
Time for us to incite the thing.
Well, that was
17.
Roll, I guess. That is 17.
You didn't.
plus...
It didn't go in the actual thing, Lily. It just sort of went up and down. There you go.
Okay, so plus.
17 anyway.
Yeah, I got.
plus 7.
Hey, I got
a 17 total.
What, Zarel?
17 total.
All of you passed it.
I got 15 plus 4, 19.
Yeah, all of you passed it.
I got 24 altogether, so
I saw your base roll, Emerald. I'm just like 15 plus whatever your insight is. As long as it wasn't like, again, like a 1 or like a negative, you were fine.
-7.
You guys see the pieces of wood that are twirling in the air? When you're looking at the sides of them, which would have been the sides that were connected to each other, looking about, they remind you very much of a strange dark-like material. As you look at the wood, the floating things that are attacking you seem to be gummy block.
What?
Enchanted gummy block.
It seems like this gummy block is being levitated and launched in all of your directions.
Hey, all right.
That means
I thought gummy didn't adhere to anything but itself.
all of them are gummy block.
The whole ship's gummy block?
No, the docks are gummy
The
block.
dock was gummy block.
Oh, the docks. I thought it was the plank of the fucking...
Nope.
Okay.
The dock was entirely made of gummy block and is currently separating, lifting to the air, and striking down at you like this is a Zelda game.
No, you guys hold it. I'll do my thing.
I would like to know who's going to try to unfurl the sails and who's going to try to defend the people on the ship.
I'm gonna get on defending, man. This is my
So
job.
I have to ask,
What's up?
is unfurling the sails going to be a strength roll?
It is not a strength roll. I won't tell you what it is, but it is not a strength roll. Immediately, Gilgamesh is like, I'm out of here.
Why am I going here?
I'm not
I
gonna
will
lose the
unfurl.
fucking wood.
Right? Hibiki's going to go on the unfurl squad. Muna, are you unfurling or are you defending?
Defend.
Okay.
The fact that Hibiki can probably untie everything in one fucking turn because of his massive speed.
You guys start to make your way off and about. I would like to know of the three of you, who are you attempting to defend in this area? Because there are many people off to many different sides.
Yeah, I think I'll cover like Glenn and Bob on this side.
Okay. Gilgamesh and Muna.
In this case, Gilgamesh should probably defend the captain.
Okay.
They have to drive, and if they get knocked unconscious, we're fucked.
You make your way over to the wheel to defend Nilly. Muna, who are you attempting to defend here?
Let's go back to back, G-Red.
All right. I'm gonna assume that you two are gonna be defending the area here, which I'm gonna assume at that point includes Hibiki.
Yeah. Hibiki gets protected. He doesn't get knocked out of the ship.
I imagine you'll just dodge it. Gilgamesh has complete faith in you. After that shit on the space station.
This is actually the first time you guys have ever been hit with gummy block as well, so it's gonna be very fun.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
First things first. As these large planks are rising up into the air, spinning and striking down at each of you, we're going to go to Zarel. Zarel, a lot of them seem to be flying over toward the fishmen who are unfurling the sails here. As you jump out with your shield in tow, let us go ahead and have you roll me for your... We're going to say resilience first.
Yes, sir. Let's see what happens. Computer, what will we roll?
It'd be a funny big number.
That is a 2.
It's a funny small number.
It's a funny small number. Oh no. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is a 9. Zarel.
That's not great.
I will allow you to defend an attack. One of them is going to still get hit, but one of them will not get hit. Who is not getting hit right now?
Glenn, because he's the easier shot.
Okay, you're gonna jump in front of Glenn. You're gonna bring your shield up. You are gonna take the damage of this because of the 9.
Okay.
Here's the issue with gummy block that you guys are about to learn. Zarel,
Oh no.
I would like you to take.
It's gonna hurt.
I would like you to take base 10 damage, and this is bypassing shield.
Okay, so that's just direct damage, all right.
Mm-hmm. Let me roll for the actual.
Gummy axe. Hello, why aren't you bypassing shields?
Because gummy axe is an
that's
axe.
too many. 9.
Where is the D12?
So I need to just
That's
pick
too
a
little.
chunk of gummy out of something and just bludgeon someone with it like a brick.
No, a gummy
Got it.
axe is an axe because gummy axe was made into an axe. If you wanted gummy, a gummy has the ability to bypass shields. You just need to have that be what you're trying to make out of it.
Oh.
That's an effect that you can put into things.
Oh.
So base 10 damage. Add on to that, just 1 more damage.
Is that a goddamn D12?
Yep, it is a D12 plus 10.
Ow.
I'm also going to say that 11 damage at that point will be taken from Mike, as Mike gets seemingly just pelted by a barrage of these things and nearly falls off of the sails. He's like, I'm good. I got this.
You got this, Mike!
We're gonna go for the next attack. Is gonna be going toward Nilly, as again a load of them are coming here. More of them than the other 2 places combined are coming toward Nilly. So Gilgamesh,
not good.
you're gonna attempt to defend 3 times.
Ow. All right.
Again, if you get high enough on your resilience, you won't take full damage, but we'll see.
You can always roll a 2, so you know
I
what
could always roll
yourself.
2.
12 plus 2.
It's 14.
That is a success. You will take half damage from that one. Roll me 2 more times.
I hate my fucking existence.
I hear you.
There we go.
But I love your existence.
Oh, fuck.
I'm neutral about it.
That is a 7. You have fleeting on that one, though. Roll me again.
Roll again.
Oh, 12.
You are still gonna. That one is still gonna be a fail. You're gonna take. You're gonna take full damage from that one, and then finally, go me one more time.
Why not? Fuck it. Let's rock and roll. What's the worst?
+2.
Hey, 4. Oof.
Another
9.
5. You're gonna take 2 full hits and 1 half hit. So first off, Gilgamesh, let me roll these 2d12s, and then we're gonna add 20. That is, this is a rough one. Oh no!
Yeah, 12 and 11.
Gilgamesh,
Okay.
I need you to take 43 damage.
Holy fuck.
Bypass.
Fuck.
Oop, wrong
You have to put a
number.
minus, yeah.
Minus. Less than half health and 1 hit.
And you're gonna take half of this, so this is gonna be it's gonna be a d12 plus 5, but we're gonna half whatever the d12 rolled.
2.
So that is going to be take an extra 3 more damage. Gilgamesh, as these 3 come down, you pull out as much of your own ability as possible. You start trying to snatch them out of the air, but they are overwhelming you to try to get to Nilly. Nilly is taking a bit of damage from this barrage, but not nearly as much as you did, as several of them do strike at her, but she is keeping firm on the wheel. Muna, you and Jiren are going to attempt to protect Hibiki. Hibiki is getting a load of them. Hibiki is getting 2 attacks coming at them, so we're gonna have one of you defend and then the other one defend as well. So you're going to have one defend here. So, Muna, roll me for your resilience, please. After this round of resiliences, I'm gonna see if you guys have any retaliations you want to do. That is a natural 20, Muna.
Just win. Just win.
My
It's
next
Muna
one
power.
is
It's Muna
-3.
time.
Muna, how do you defend Hibiki? I'd like to know.
For sauce.
I was thinking of doing a barrier, but that's
You
probably
definitely
not
can.
what I'm doing.
It's up to you.
All right. Then let's get you a wind barrier, my friend.
Whenever things go down, Muna, you look and see these things coming at you, as I'm just gonna say that nat 20 is gonna be good for both of these attacks. As you throw this wind barrier up over you, Hibiki and Jiren, as they just start to repel the wood coming at you. Some of them look as if they start to get through the wind barrier near the very end, but you are able to fully defend the 3 of you. As again, we're gonna say through sheer just anger at the whole town and situation and the fact that a certain person may be here, you are overloaded with emotion right now. That being said, you all now have the ability to retaliate. How you guys going to set up either a defense or a diversion to attempt to have the people be able to unfurl the things this round? You can move to a different place. You can attempt to start striking at some of the wood flying through the air, or you can set up some kind of other thing or attacking the people that are on the docks.
We in the tolerance of bullshit today.
Yeah, so much bullshit. Do your bullshit.
Can I? Really, I'm just asking, can I use balloon here? But I'm gonna say a lot more words for flavor.
You tell me what you want to do and we'll make it work. Depending on
Cool.
dice rolls, of course.
Yeah, of course. If I fuck up, I fuck up. I wanna conjure my balloons and then using my fucking severing sea shields and baseball bat, just shoot them towards these guys to knock them back.
You go to conjure a ton of small balloons and you rear back with your shield to attempt to basically shotgun them out onto the dock workers. I would like you to please roll me for your, we're gonna say strength for this one. Because I'm not gonna have you roll. I'm not gonna have you roll for balloon. That's your signature spell.
That's my signature.
That's your
spell.
spec. Jesus Christ.
It's not even water. It's balloons.
So what are we getting, like, another...
11 and then 10, so 21.
What are you saying, Hibiki?
I'm getting another, like, balloon slight where you just summon a whole, like, fuck ton
I
of
mean,
them.
this one would be fun. A fucking balloon shotgun. Altogether, what was
Balloon buckshot.
21 plus the hero that I put away.
that? 21. Roll me one more time, because that was an 11. You have a
Yes.
fleeting.
Of course, of course.
Okay. We'll take the other one.
Yeah, can you add that extra 1 to that one? Cool, thank you.
You rush forward, you jump onto the siding of things, you conjure a absolute ton of mini balloons, you rear back with the severing shield and just swipe the air in front of you as a ton of them start going over the dock workers, who, as you look down, do seem to be the ones that are levitating the dock pieces. You see that the mages on the ground are the ones that are attacking. Again, though, just like what Jiren had said, a lot of them look as if they are either confused at why they're doing it or are very much like looking like they're out of it. But as you send these balloons going flying, some of them bloop, get hit with balloons. The balloon covers them like a
Yeah, they get like sonic bubbled.
and then they fall off of the dock and bounce onto the ground.
That's so funny.
They're just rolling away.
Gilgamesh and Muna, do you guys want to do anything? While we're gonna get to Hibiki right after you guys do your retaliations, but do you guys want to do anything to attempt to stop the barrages that are coming at you?
Let me check quick.
Oh,
You check quick.
Think. Brain,
I believe in you.
Think.
I was hoping my...
Yeah.
Yep.
Doing so good, sweetie. You can do it.
I was hoping my screenshot would be more clear because it was on my big screen. Uh-oh.
You know the spells you have. You have blizzard magic, you have stone magic, you have fire magic, you have air magic, you have water magic. Other than that, you have cure and temper. Temper is basically a magic missile kind of thing. It really just depends on what you want to do. Because again, this isn't like use like an ability like mechanically. This is because like look at balloon. Balloon is not supposed to do what just happened. This is how do you want to narratively do it.
Balloon is the
It's for
all
sauce.
you can. No, it's not for sauce. It's serious. It's
I'm wanting you to
balloon.
do things for sauce. We're not talking about balloon because you don't have balloon. How would you like to use the abilities that you currently have to, without looking at what they actually can do something?
I think Muna's angry enough to use fire.
Okay.
Lots and lots of fire.
What are you striking with fire? The quote unquote wood that's off in the air? Are you striking the dock workers? Are you trying to use fire as like heat to maybe keep like an updraft around the ship? What are you trying to do?
I think I want to bring fear to the dock people, so I'll attack them with fire.
Okay, I'll roll for you since you're not in the room.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
Holy
That happens.
It is perfectly fine, Lily.
Don't worry.
That is a
I should
7.
worry.
I'm gonna look and see if you have anything, because I think you have one from before that we didn't use. You did, so we're gonna roll that one more time. $18 plus your 7. Muna, you, just like before, whenever you had heard that this person may be there and you burst into flames, you jump onto the railing and just are immediately consumed in flames, and you begin to start launching small little motes of fire off in front of you. The fire itself that you're making seems to turn into the same color of flame that Poe is, as you see Poe in its little lantern is like putting its hands up into the air and attempting to aid you in casting your flames down at everybody.
Do not dare aggravate the Witch of Hades, nor her companions and brethren.
I'm gonna also roll for your negotiation with that. That is a 3, and then I'm gonna roll for the thing because you passed the check. So one more of those. Another 3. You do find that the workers do seem the ones especially you're launching fire at do seem like they are worried. They are worried about like angering you, but they also seem to just have an idea of they're worried about not doing their job. As you're looking down at them, they're afraid of you, but it disheartens you to see they're probably afraid of their boss even more.
That's pretty bad.
You see that they are essentially willing to fight against the flames instead of, you know, going and potentially having worse punishment for not fighting against you. That being said, the flame that you put out with that 25 is enough to knock several of the guards from their posts, and they are not able to use their magics as effectively. And Gilgamesh.
I was thinking for a bit. I want to use shade in some capacity here. I know it blinds people if they get engulfed by it.
Mm-hmm.
So
once again, you don't have to worry too much of the actual mechanics, but if you have anything that'll give you a thought from the actual mechanics, obviously you can.
Yeah. So shade just kind of makes a magical darkness and gives me benefits.
Yep.
Or a target of mine benefits.
Yep.
So hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm filled with darkness. Right?
Kinda.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Can I... How do I put this? I don't know if it can be... This is like the extent of it. Can I engulf people on the dock, like around here, like just engulf them in darkness and make little yellow lights appear as if they're shadow eyes?
Sure, you can make it look like this place is about to have a heartless attack if that's what you're wanting.
Yeah, I'll give them a heart attack with a heartless attack.
You make your way over to the sides. You know that right now these people are going to basically keep fighting. From what you see Muna doing and the fact none of them are actually backing down, that means that whoever is controlling them or whoever has told them to do this has threatened more from them than just harm. So you stand out and you bring out something that only these people in this town and potentially the people in the lower docks would fear even more, which is another heartless invasion. You spread your arms out. Roll me for your magic. However, you are going to be rolling a +3 because I'm going to make you use your darkness for this.
Oh yeah, no, I was under the impression the whole time. Big numbers? Okay.
Total
6
+9 for this.
Yeah.
Because there is a small chance that by pretending there is a heartless invasion, you're just gonna make one. So
you know what? You're right. Oh, you're right.
Another +1. That is a +10 altogether.
Big funny. I really hope.
Oh,
19 +9.
yeah, that's
Gilgamesh,
a big number.
You look at everything. You know that spreading that shade on the ship will most likely be detrimental since it takes in sunlight. You bring yourself out. You essentially start just spewing this smoke and shade from yourself as you start to mess it about and maneuver it. It almost looks as if to those on the ground that shadows begin forming underneath the slowly rising ship as a large dark cloud starts to spread outwards. And as that dark cloud is spreading outwards, you know that this is fake. You know that this is just something you're doing with magic, but small little bug-like creatures begin crawling out of the smoke toward the dock workers as Heartless look as if they start to summon themselves inside the city.
I know they're fake, right?
You know they're
The
fake.
heartless invasion.
Okay, who? I like to imagine that unintentionally his eye is glowing yellow again.
Well, here's the
It's like
problem. If you would have rolled low there, I would have said that this is the same exact thing that was happening, but you literally just summoned Heartless from inside of you. At which point you would not be able to control them, and these people would probably die.
Oh fuck! Oh shit!
Oh my god.
You know, there is sweet take that
Accidentally genocides the nation. The story that why the novel.
they thought they were safe in daytime.
With that, Hibiki, you are getting defended from things. You got no problems because Muna defended you. So I'd like you to, with advantage, tell me how you are unfurling the sails here.
So this is a bit of a two-parter, I guess. I am, in a sense, using my Sonic Rush to go as fast as I can with Arrow in order to blast the sails open as quickly as possible.
Okay. You're basically trying to get rid of any of the ropes or chains that are holding them together.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me for, because you're doing this again. Roll me with advantage. If you get high enough, I'll let you attempt to work your magic on the other sails as well. So roll me your agility, please.
Cool. I will do this. I will roll with this. And that is an 8.
That is going to be a plus 12 altogether from this roll.
I do believe we need to note that my shirt also gives me 2 agility.
That is very true.
So it is a plus 16, I believe.
Nope, those don't get doubled. Only your actual stat gets doubled.
So plus 14.
It'd be 12 plus 2 plus 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I did
Big
that
numbers.
so that if you guys have too many negatives, this doesn't double that as well. You know.
That's a 3 for the
You have
first one.
advantage.
Yep.
Yep.
Just don't do another 3 like I did with the advantage earlier.
Exactly.
12. So that is a 12 plus 14. That is a 26.
Oh, there's a 26.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good, don't you
I would
think?
like you to roll me one other agility because as you guys see, because of the barrier put onto Hibiki and then Muna rushing off and away, you see that Jiren looks over and seems to throw some kind of magical enchant your way, Hibiki, as you feel lighter for a moment, as he seems to be casting an arrow enchant on you. You rush through as you jump up and begin to sort of omni slash this fucking thing open. You rush forward and you are basically spinning in the air, about to do the same thing to this side. Roll me agility again.
Alrighty.
This one without advantage. This is just going to be addition to whatever they get.
Okie dokie.
Okay, but that's awesome. That is awesome.
That is another
it's almost
17. As you
Hibiki the machine.
As you, with your Sonic Rush, strike over the entirety of the main sail, rush yourself over toward the forward sail, and begin to again finish your large Omni Slash. As the other two are attempting to open the sails here, they both pull on the ropes that they have access to, basically sliding down them. I'm gonna roll for them.
Come on, boys.
I will know that you rolled a 17. And they will get a 5 and a 5.
Come on, boys.
This sail
Come on.
is almost down. As you're doing this, there's one other person that can do something, and that is Bob. As Bob sees you fly over him, he looks up with his last remaining strength. He rears back his blade and throws it toward the final thing that's holding things. Bob needs at least a 10.
Come on, Bob.
I believe in Bob.
Come on, Bob.
Hey,
Bob,
let's see.
Bob.
You got stuck.
The room.
There it goes. Oh,
That is an 18. As
Who said wait?
Hibiki, you see a blade fly off in your direction. You put your hand out, and with an arrow, you throw it at the final of the restraints, making both the sails at the same fucking time essentially unveil and go to full spread.
Hell yeah. Full mast, that's what we're.
Hibiki, you are full mast right now.
God damn it.
As this happens, because that what happened, and basically right there, you see Nilly start to turn the wheel in front of them as they are pressing forward on this large lever that is connected with it, as the smoke below that Gilgamesh had spread out begins to spread even further as the sails that had just been unfurled begin to glow in that same prism-like energy. As it begins spreading even further, this smoke engulfs the entirety of the dock area. You rise up, and almost immediately, because of the amount of energy that this thing had, this thing was keeping up Lord Cube's place.
Oh, we're about to go.
You guys immediately rocket upwards. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 feet, rising upwards into the air. All of you just feeling that rush downwards. Muna, you are kind of the only person here unaffected by this, which is very funny to me, as you are the physically weakest of everyone here.
I'm the most unaffected because
other
I'm
than Hibiki.
angry right now.
Yeah, the power of rage.
Everybody else feels as if there is a wind pressure or there is a pressure that almost knocks you all down. Muna, as you stare down toward the people and this thing rises up, you are completely unaffected by the magics this thing are sending through the air.
He's just chilling.
Just glaring downward toward the manor. As that was quick, but you guys find yourself, after a little bit of time to get used to it, you guys find yourself immediately into not an orbit. You're not that far up. The maximum height you guys feel yourself at is nowhere near enough to get you into actual orbit, but it is enough to leave behind the city below you.
Are we at like block build height?
Kinda.
Okay, no.
Unfortunately for you guys, as you hear Nilly go, "Okay, that should be the highest we can go right now." Unfortunately for you guys do note there are other things in the area immediately that you can see that are taller. One thing being the mountain behind you is very much taller. Another thing being the large tree that is in the center of this, the large castle tree area is taller.
Yeah.
And to Gilgamesh's disdain, the large swirling storm is very much taller.
He just like pulls himself up on the this little banister here, just looks over.
I'm actually gonna see if I can scale this down as much as I can now.
We have a new token, guys.
Oh my god! Oh my god, here comes the token! Oh my god!
We did it. We fixed the airship.
Yeah, baby!
What's the ship called again? Did they ever tell us the name?
It does not.
That's all I know.
She has she had a name for it, but at the same time, at the moment, it currently does not have one for reasons. You will have to ask them about that.
So
if you want.
you win this race, then you can call it whatever. If I win, I'm gonna date Kyrie or something.
Oh shit!
Wait, no, I should date Kyrie. Hold on, this joke is getting out of hand.
Currently, this is your guys' airship token.
Adorable.
Hell yeah.
It's so cute.
You're so cute and tiny. I love
You
it.
guys are able to, at this point, tell me that you're going almost anywhere, and I will allow it. The only places that are still off from you, gonna make it in bright red here. You can't go to the top of the mountain here. You can't go to the top of this mountain here.
Okay.
You can't go to the top of this mountain here.
Okay.
And you can't make it all the way. You can make it almost, but not all the way to the top of the gummy station here.
Okay. Almost, but not quite.
That being said, it should be relatively easy to get to that other side. As you can see, like looking at the map, the entirety of the second half of this area is the same level as the upper city. So it is very hard to get that much height. And again, finally, you cannot make it to the very top of the tree castle village of Cherished.
How dare.
But almost anywhere else you feel like you can make your way to. Captain
So
Millie
now-
looks over the side as they look at the gauges and things in front of them. We should have enough power for quite a long while. From what I'm seeing here, it seems to be sustaining itself relatively normally.
Good.
Well, it was sustaining a big giant ship in space, so I would hope so.
Also, you guys would take note that as soon as you guys rose up, a lot of the gummy block that had struck several of you seemed to still be on the ship.
I was
Well,
gonna literally
freaking
ask. I was going to ask how much we got out of that.
I would like for, since you're the one that asked me here, go ahead and roll me a d10, please.
Ooh, a D10. No.
Let's go. Big number.
My D10.
Start
Lots of
picking
gummy.
off fucking gummy
maybe it's this
block
one.
off the floor.
That looks like a D10 to me.
Come on.
0, 0.
6.
You are going to get 11 pieces of
hell
gummy
yeah.
block.
We can make something out of this.
Let me
Surely.
bring
Yeah, they're
this
planks,
over to
so they're pretty big pieces.
you. They are still going to be just regular gummy block pieces, but yes, they are planks
Yeah.
technically. We're gonna fine. I'll call it gummy plank.
Gummy plank.
What was that, plank? Anyway, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Hey.
Go ahead
Sick.
and move this. Boop. 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 Look at all this material you have.
Look at all those planks.
Look at all those planks.
As you go to collect all of those, and as everybody is rising up, you do find that the fishmen in particular are exclaiming and celebrating, like, ah! One of them has made their way down toward the rations and things they have bought, and brought a keg of what appears to be wine upwards. As the four of them are just in celebration at the moment. Bob having like a large welt on their head. Same with Mike.
He's gonna fucking hold it.
That was a bit exhilarating. I didn't actually know that was gonna happen. Everybody else there seemed to, though.
I must admit, I was uncertain what I was going to do.
Muna, do you climb down from the side? Are you stopping glaring at the manor yet?
It's already out of sight,
I'm
Muna. You can
going
look away
to-
now.
I can do two things at once. I can get off and stare at the manor.
It's like a dot. It's like a dot.
Now, the manor is now always within Muna's range.
Oh, by the way, because you guys are high above the city, Muna, you do not feel like you're in Siphius's range.
You did it.
Good.
Confetti
They
fall.
don't have to see what I'm about to do.
The ship feels a little bit of turbulence. For a moment, Moona, you felt like you were in Siphius's range.
You like go to the back of the ship. Muna raises one finger as like a fucking Frieza death ball starts to appear.
Muna, no. There are people there. There are innocent people, Muna.
No, anyway.
Okay, that's a good freeze left.
Coming down from the wheel, Nilly seems to have allowed for the ship to drift a bit away from where things are, seeming to make their way off a bit into the ocean so that nothing from below could attempt to strike at you guys.
I hadn't realized how much I missed being in the sky.
Right, you had said you
I
were.
have a convention, Gilgamesh.
You what?
May I have a confession, Gilgamesh?
Hmm?
Shit
What?
is scary, dude.
Oh no!
You don't
He's
need
afraid
to.
of heights.
It's not that bad. The only thing you'd ever have to worry about is landing.
I don't think I want to worry about that.
Then don't.
Zarel,
be fine.
Zarel, are you afraid of heights?
Can't legally answer that question for you, DM.
Oh. Wait.
Wait.
Wait, is that a for real, or is that a?
For real.
Oh God, did I give you a thing that I forgot about?
She did.
Oh no! Let me go look. I have to go find it. This was.
And now you gave yourself away.
I did. That's my fault. I'm so sorry. That was last disc.
Last disc.
Don't worry about it.
Whatever you guys just heard, you didn't hear anything.
Son of a bitch.
We can ignore it.
Just don't look over the edge.
I can do that. Yes, I'll be in this direction.
It almost feels the same. Almost.
Flying on a ship or?
Flying.
Suppose you would have like large wings and such for that.
Oh,
My magic always helped. I could reach such heights. And then I would just fall. I'd spread my wings again. I would just crash at the ground. Now,
Like for fun?
just free falling. The sensation. Knowing that there is no real risk. Just the enjoyment.
I suppose if you didn't have to worry about that, it would be fun. I don't have to worry about water, considering I can't drown in it.
At least none of you
You
are
know
afraid of
what
the
I
water
mean.
then. I thought that was a good idea to fly us over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for the first time, I think, if you look at Gilgamesh's face, there is contentment.
You satisfied, Gilgamesh?
And it's gone.
Well, that was what all lasted. It was good to see it, Gilgamesh.
No, it's he just thinks. Almost. I'd still like to have my wings back.
I would like to bring up the payment that was brought to your attention before. What? We have not actually done much of anything to gain such favor, unfortunately, as you have brought that captain there to get you aboard. But we will continue to keep the ship up and defend it if needed, as long as you keep up your end of the bargain, Captain.
Ah, right. What was the thing you had offered them, Gilgamesh?
We're to pick up their leader.
Your leader?
There is My own captain. She currently seems to be indisposed or lost to me, though I do not know why, and any communication that she usually would have access to.
He motions over around the water.
Where a large beast would have flown upwards from the ocean itself. Does not seem to be working, or is incapable of speaking. I do not know exactly where to go, but as soon as I know, and as soon as we have bearing, I would like to make that a top priority over anything else. Is that understood by all of you?
Yes, that's what we agreed to.
Crystal.
A beast coming up from the underground, huh? You had all said that you were from the southern continent, I believe? That might be the air defenses in this place.
Air defenses?
Yeah, you may have heard of this country's 3 Night Corps.
Night Corps.
He looks over to you guys.
Specialized warriors the kingdom uses to defend itself. There's 3 different kinds. Ones that fly, one's covered in amber, and
one that defends the land, one that defends the sky, and one that defends primarily the kingdom/castle area.
And these Sky Knights that you know of, they are the ones who have stopped communication?
I don't know if it's something they would be able to do themselves, though it may just be a natural defense. You'd have to find one of them and to see.
I'm not crazy. The captain that our buddy at the station.
Sky Captain?
Yeah, Marcel's a sky captain, right? I'm not crazy?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not remembering wrong? Cool. Gilbert says, we know a Sky Knight captain. We can communicate with them.
Then if this is their doing, I would like to know how to bypass.
I only assume it's a way to specifically defend against whatever it is that's going on here. This is another country after all. If we didn't have defenses set up for invasion, I don't know how it would be standing. That being said, I'm only talking kind of a bit of my own ignorance right now. I'm an off-worlder like all of you. I only recently came to this world, only a year or so ago. He takes a step into the center of this place. I can only assume, from what I just saw, that either my knights were more informed than I, which I doubt it, or as soon as something went against the mayor, a lot of information were pumped into the people there. Maybe I was spared by it because I was on the ship, or maybe I was spared by it because I wasn't touching the dock. But either way, I doubt that I'm going to be allowed back inside at the moment. So I'll also help.
That's a pretty good guess, yes.
I do want to make sure that the town is a priority as well. Even if they don't want me there, I am still a captain of the guard there. I would like to make sure that as soon as Muna believes we're ready, that we return there after we've obtained some kind of authority. I would suggest learning more about the terminal town. If you are, then perhaps we can figure out a way to use whatever is going on with them in this, or maybe somebody there has something. From what I note, though, that area is off.
We could do a quick flyover if you want, though landing might be an issue.
Why would landing be an issue?
Oh, I can land this thing easily. But in the middle of a city that may or may not be covered in Heartless, might not be the best idea if we want to take off again. I'd rather land this place in outside of cities, because then there's a lot more area for the sails to unwind. If we deem it necessary to land in a city, we can, but we would most likely be a sitting duck for a while.
Makes sense.
Me basically showing the game mechanic of you can go places, but you still have to explore cities. You can't just drop down into a city.
Where are we dropping, boy?
Okay, it's the fast travel rule. You have to discover it before you can fast travel.
Yeah. Noted. All right.
Should we do a flyover of this terminal city?
How far is it again?
He points over toward the mountain range off to the east, just beyond the mountain range there. It shouldn't take longer than maybe half an hour or so if we fly fast. You said this is one of the fastest ships, right?
I have a sneaking suspicion we should grab onto something.
What?
I wouldn't worry too much on that. Now that we're actually in the air and we're not fearing for our lives. She makes her way over toward the sails. We're gonna have to fix the ropes here, but she brings her hand over toward where the sails are. Once again, they seem to alight in that prismatic pattern. And Zarel in particular, you see a familiar magic as the entirety of the ship seems to go wow.
Balloon!
As a dome-like balloon seems to appear over top of the ship.
Oh, this is great.
A dome-shaped dome appears over the ship.
The dome-shaped dome.
What kind of shape is it?
Dome.
A dome-shaped dome.
As she looks back,
This should be able to regulate any sort of turbulence that we may face.
I
Oh, that's good.
am actually impressed.
Gilgamesh,
I used to do something.
I will also say, because I almost forgot,
Yeah.
you are very happy to be in the sky, but as we are drifting and as we are moving, I would like you to roll me for your resilience, please.
You're right. Oh shit! I'm gonna drag you from fairy tale. Uh-oh. Oh no!
I
I don't
can't
know what that means,
believe.
but it sounds like you're in trouble.
That's a 10.
Gilgamesh,
I would like to say
yeah?
he doesn't.
Hmm?
I like to say he probably doesn't make it.
Gilgamesh,
Mm-hmm.
you look off and around, and as the adrenaline is now starting to wear off and the love of the sky that you have not felt in quite a while starts to wear off, you look down, you look as the city below you is moving. You now have that dome over you that is stopping you from really feeling it, but more having you see it. You guys see Gilgamesh for a moment. And his large hands just cover his mouth as he seems to almost go down to his knees.
No, he falls to his knees.
Gilgamesh, are you good?
flying out from a beard. Oh, splash zone, slash bone. Feline makes their way out as Gilgamesh hurls all over the deck.
Oh my god.
No, bro.
He just falls over.
Oh, Gilly.
I've never seen motion sickness that bad.
He's gonna pat him in the back like, come on, you can do it.
I can't.
I will say this, because of, luckily enough, Gilgamesh, the world you are currently in has good things for this. So, does anyone want to use a status cure on Gilgamesh?
Yes, I will use
anything. Yeah, you go ahead.
I go over, I pat him, status cure.
Status cure pat. Healed.
It is something that is very funny to bring up that definitely would have been a problem if you guys would have came here sooner to get this. But since all of you have cure,
We all take turns patting him with status.
you will have to occasionally re-up the status on them. But Gilgamesh, you get up, you feel like something in you is churning. Something in you, maybe it's the fact that this body is not large enough to fully handle the dragon inside of you, but as you relatively unfurled your wings, you feel that you just brought everything up from your stomach. But thanks to the Troya, I mean the cure, the status cure that just happened to you, you do feel a bit better.
He just wipes his mouth. God. We like shakily pulls himself up on the railing. Just what was that?
I believe you threw up, Gilgamesh.
I know what vomiting is. What happened to me?
I will say, I was not expecting you of all people here to have that happen.
Have what? Oh, everything feels
Motion
wrong.
sickness.
What's that?
It is an abnormal status.
They do not go on your beard, but they will hover over you instead.
Ew, I will not do that.
Yeah.
It is an abnormal status, especially for this, but I did feel that something in you, your magic, seemed to almost reject or churn for a moment, giving me only the slightest opportunity to run away.
Ugh.
Gilgamesh, whenever you were inside of the levitating trucks and things that have been bringing you around before, it wasn't nearly as bad as this, but you did always have like a bit of a going through it. But now especially, maybe it's because you have seen a certain kind of magic that was performed a few days ago, or maybe you have finally gone past a certain threshold as far as magic is concerned, similar to how Gajiel eventually did that. But you feel that for some reason, all of your strength seemed to disappear in that moment. You feel like you were weaker than you'd ever felt for a second until Hibiki came over and gave you aid.
I've never felt like that before. Oh, even as a hatchling, I was stronger than that. How? Why?
Perhaps it's something to speak to your other friend about. Her name was Maki, right?
Yes. Whatever you did, it's working, Hibiki.
I'm glad.
The magic should sustain you for a little while. You might need to have that replaced upon you a couple of times, but it should be relatively good. As long as something more permanent is found for you when you sleep, if you sleep here.
Surely that would be fun. Oh, yes.
I'll look into something I can figure out. I've had some members of my ships have motion sickness again over things. Never as abruptly as that, but I will see what I can do.
He just puts like a hand just over his stomach, just
I'm sure if anyone can do it, the captain of a large and impressive ship such as this, with their vast knowledge of the skies, could maybe find something to give aid to you.
There's the time and the place, honey.
Ramesh kind of looks at everyone and just looks at the vomit on the deck, just waters. Splashes off. Just
You're able to get it relatively just to go bloop off. Some poor fish beneath gets sprayed or something, but you know.
In the perfect timeline, the wind carries it back over to the manor and it's out of the window.
You see him just kind of lean on the railing, just. Oh, all right, it'll be fine.
So our current destination is flying over the terminal city. We'll then, I guess, figure out something from there, but relatively, we'll be returning to wherever we would need to be for...
I do need more people to take care of the ship. I love that we have all of you. Thank you, Archon and the others. But I might need a couple of other people to give me aid. If there's any volunteers back at the library, that'd be wonderful.
Potentially.
You could probably source some.
Then we'll fly over and then take stock of what we see, and then return to the library then.
Yes, I think.
That sounds good.
Yes.
If that will be the
we're
case,
passing by.
I'll need all of you to have all hands on deck for me, please. As we're idling past the mountains, we may have to take some swerves depending on what we see.
Of course.
As all of you would be directed by them to go to different parts of the ship, Gilgamesh, you are left out of it.
He doesn't mind. He's just not washing his everything with water. Just,
Yeah, it's a little gross.
You are left out of it, Gilgamesh, but the fishmen are taking their times to mess about with the sails. Archon is keeping a lookout at all of the things beneath them and off to the sides. Zarel and Hibiki, you guys take the front of the ship and begin watching in front and making sure the propeller is doing its best. Look at that little propeller there. Good job.
Yay!
Muna, you are making sure that the magical engine is going well at the back, not really knowing what you're looking for, but also giving you a lot of time to just sort of idle and think on the things you just had happen with you. It takes the good part of half an hour to get across the country, going off and around the area that would take you to the mountains, to an extent where you do find, as soon as you try to make your way over the lower part of the mountain here, Nilly seems to stop. I have a bad feeling about this.
What's wrong?
The pass here, it's relatively well enough. I can see my way over, and there's not a lot that could stop me, but my captain's intuition is telling me to go around.
Is this where people saw that light in the sky?
Yes, this is around where the sort of Aurora Borealis-esque effect happened.
Yeah. Gilgamesh asks out loud. What happened with those lights again?
We may have to take a longer path down below. I see that there is a pass we can go through around the large, is it stalagmite or stalactite whenever they're coming up from the ground? Either way. We can go between all of those rocks there, or we can go further south, taking a good another 15 to 20 minutes to avoid them entirely. What do you all think?
Those aren't stalagmites, those are plateaus.
Whatever they are.
You have time, you can just take it a little bit safer, right?
Yep.
Sure,
You guys can
why not
either
go-
you guys can either at this point go through the pass here. I'm making the red movement around. Or you
Isn't
guys could go fully around and come in from this way.
What's stopping us from going up through the northern pass?
You could go north if you'd like. The mountain range is longer up in this area, but as I mentioned, this mountain is too tall for you guys to pass through. You can't even make it
understand.
up here because again, the gummy ship station is on a higher plateau than the area you're at.
I understand what you mean now.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
So the only way to do it is to
possible
go
routes.
down to the bottom.
Yeah, that's fine. Gilgamesh looks at the map and just points out, Isn't this a point of interest for us too?
Oh, those are the Fey Gardens. Apparently a lot of different apparently a lot of different apparently a lot of different elven and other races such as them have taken a lot of residence there. They call it a garden because the entirety of the island is essentially its own kind of paradise, from what I've understand.
Right.
Your thing is there, Gilgamesh, I will say. Out of character.
Right.
That's where it was, right?
No, Gilgamesh knows. I'm just looking at that, just... We shouldn't get distracted. Not yet.
Right.
Going through the plateaus would be quicker by quite a margin. But going off and around the safe route will take us a lot longer, but would bring us directly to the terminal city from what we can see.
What risk could there be in going through this here? Why not be faster? I see no issue.
The only issue I see is if there are any large heartless in that area, because there are the large plateaus that are higher than we can fly. It might be difficult to defend ourselves if they were to show themselves. That being said, if all of you are relatively confident, we shouldn't have to worry.
Of course we're confident. He just hits himself with the status cure. He tries to stand up, he wobbles, he hits himself in the chest with a status cure. I'm fine.
I'd say we take a little bit of a longer route. It's not like we have anywhere to really be right now, right? There's no reason to rush.
Goes back to leaving.
You're right.
Just.
By the way, they wouldn't have to go around like this. I made that so you guys can see it better. They could literally just go boop, boop.
Yeah.
That's why it's a lot shorter.
I got you. It's for visual aid.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's just gonna grumble, but he's not gonna argue anymore.
Okay, are we gonna take the longer route? The gummy ship will sail around the hills here, not wanting to go over top of them again in case any heartless or any other creature could potentially make a attack from that direction. They would go downwards here. When you guys are in the southern waters here, Zarel, I would like for you to give me a demeanor, please.
Okie wokie. Okie dokie. Where am I? I may as well use these. A little special boy, don't hurt me. I'm sorry, Seagun, I promise. I promise I'll answer your calls one day.
Ooh.
That's a total of 21 here, 22.
You will find, Zarel, as you get around the area here, that a familiar presence sort of comes over you. One that you'd only ever felt sort of once, but now that you have paid attention to it a bit more, you feel like you may have felt it a second time before, but that can't be correct. It feels very similar to the magic you guys had seen from that one grotto you went to when you had met with the fishmen as well.
Oh.
But as you are flying over top of the waters, you feel that there is almost a presence about that seems to have noticed you. A familiar presence you had felt whenever you had been over the water before, whenever the tides were working against the people, if you remember, that you were able to stop.
Yeah.
But they don't call out to you. There's a presence, but they don't seem to make themselves known much. Mostly it is a thing of you were noticed and you noticed them.
Yeah.
Other than that, is there anything you'd like to do with that, or should we move on?
I try to reach out to it.
Okay. I would like for you to give me a willpower check, please.
Well, let's give it our own best Kanye try, which, I mean, we can't say that anymore because Kanye hasn't been trying very good. Kanye hasn't been trying very good at all.
Let's do our best anti-Kanye try.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Zarel, you seem to close your eyes, and as you do, you try to lock into whatever this is. You try to get somewhat of an idea of what this is. As you do, you feel that presence is around you. And now that you're on it, now that you're seemingly locked in with it, there's no doubt in your mind that the presence feels very similar to both of those instances. The one where you talk to a god about the tides, and the other where you had been in the presence of the southern ruler leader of the other continent.
Mm-hmm.
The both of them feel like extremely similar signatures, if not identical. They're not completely identical, but they are similar. As this comes to you, you feel that you could maybe call out to it if you wish.
You hear me?
That is, you are Zarel, or no, Sodalite. No, you are how are you speaking with me?
I have felt something and I have connected to it. This is the way I'm talking to you. You know of Sodalite.
A part of me, a piece of me. I have spoken with Sodalite, but not in this life. But I have spoken with Zarel. I'm confused. No, that's not... I should not care of that. Zarel, that is what you go by now, correct?
That is my name, yes.
Zarel, how are Rubicante? Have you seen Scarmiglione?
I know of Rubicante. Rubicante is good. Scarmiglione is, I don't know.
I have found my presence was interfered. A flash of light, a being powerful, sensed my presence along the southern border, and no, that was the other. Again, they seem very confused as they're trying to get their story straight.
Yeah.
I feel the west wind. It is gone as well. And the east, it is changed. But Rubicante is good, you say?
Yes, Rubicante as well.
Then it is fine. I will be fine if I fade.
Fade?
As long as one is about, I will reform
I will find form again. No, I don't want that. Part of me doesn't. You are Leviathan, right?
Yes. Is there a problem? What is happening?
Do not listen to the other. You find Scarmiglione.
Scarmiglione?
Yes. Please, yes.
I will. I'll make note of that.
Tell them the south wind needs released.
The south wind needs released.
Rubicante can't do it. I don't know where the other is, but Scarmiglione should be able to.
We'll pass that message along.
Good. You will find them in the east. I don't know where, but you will find them. You feel almost like a sense of exhaustion wash over you as you have done something that you magically should not have been able to do.
Yeah, I have done something way above my pay grade.
I am going to be taking a few of your mana. Again, this is most likely going to replenish before it ever becomes a problem. But you feel like around half of your magic is spent immediately. As Hibiki, you see Zarel sort of grab the side of the ship and take a knee.
Zarel, are you okay? What's going on?
Muna and Gilgamesh, you guys hear Hibiki call out to Zarel.
Hibiki!
What happened?
Is everything all right?
Just kind of hovels over. Just. Did you look down? I warned you.
I'm looking down now and you can push me back a little. Someone
Just
called you ran over.
Just drags backwards.
Zarel is brought away from the thing. Zarel, you sort of like stumble back onto your butt.
I'm in my butt mode. 4 wins, what were they? One of them was Rubicante.
Rubicante.
Barbaricia, Rubicante, and you didn't hear the other two named. That being said, as you call out there, you do hear from Arkin.
Why do you need to know?
I talked. Think. The sea.
Sea. You spoke with the sea. You are Leviathan.
You still don't know if you're Leviathan.
You are Leviathan.
No, but, yeah, whatever. At this point, Sorrel has taken the vibe of just like, fuck it, people keep saying it, I guess I'll just roll with it.
We'll figure it out if it's true later.
I will share with your allies what I will say here. You spoke with the southern winds, Tognazo.
I talked and they said to find Carmigilone.
The southern wind, Cognazo. They are I suppose you could say, the sister of my captain.
Sister?
They are similar. They are beings that can go against the natural and the unnatural alike. That is how we, they motion toward the fishmen, have been able to fight against those heartless. If you remember correctly, we are able to drive them off and defeat them because we have access to the power of a god.
That makes sense, actually.
It also makes sense why there were potentially two voices calling out to you right there.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
They asked to find Scarmiglione. Or Scarmiglione.
Yes.
I have never met them, but perhaps we will be able to look for them. If that is an order from the sister of my captain, then I will do it.
Was important.
What did they
Whoever
say
they
to
are
do?
needs to hear a message. I'm thinking about releasing the South Wind.
Releasing them. If my captain were here, they could do so. Understood.
Arkan seems to return to the fishmen and begin to start like talking with them in very hushed tones, but they are very much like in a huddle at the moment.
Quick, fish huddle.
So yet another task inscribed to us by deific type enemies. Allied neutral parties. That's the word.
Perhaps that means that these four winds are more tied to this than we seem, or maybe because they are giving the power to fight against the Heartless to those fish over there, they have become enemies of our enemies. Those who wish for the Heartless to destroy the world would not like godly influence stopping it, correct?
Just because our enemies are their enemies does not mean necessarily we are allies.
Agreed.
But
What?
perhaps there is wisdom. Perhaps there is wisdom in that.
Very insightful, Poe.
God, or one part of it, that it might is ready to fade.
That is a ill omen.
I agree.
Everything is born with the natural sense to survive, no matter what. To think something would want to fade is either a trick or somehow it is broken.
I don't know what's going on with all of you, but we're coming up on the terminal city now.
Right.
We'll think
guys will
about this
see.
later.
Up ahead of all of you, since you're all at the front of the ship now, what appears to be a very large city. Not as large as the lower district, but very large itself, coming into view. You see several things docked on its borders. You see several buildings off and about it. But something immediately becomes known as you look off in the direction. As you approach, the city seems almost completely reflective. There's a strange, pristine, pearlescent color to the entire city. As you approach, the brighter it seems to reflect the sun back to you. Until you get close enough to finally see what it looks like. Getting around to where a large ship is docked on the side, you see the ship itself completely covered in that same pearlescent color. And you see webs.
Webs. Oh.
Oh.
When you see
I
these
see.
webs over top of the entirety of the boat, you look to the city as you see the buildings, the streets, the bridges, the vehicles, and including small little dots of what appear to be humanoid cocoons completely dot the entirety of Terminal City. You see Heartless below you. Lots of Heartless below you. But none of them seem to be attacking the cocoons, and none of them seem to be attacking anything. These cocoons, vast and completely almost too many to count, look as if they're potentially keeping whatever's in them in the city away from the Heartless. You guys recognize the silk. You guys have seen this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were told that if we ever found spider webs that we could travel through them freely.
Mm-hmm.
And that we should deliver a special box we're not allowed to open to them.
Yep, that is currently back at the library. But you guys do see that potentially this, from what you have remembered, this spider god basically
Effectively.
has taken the entirety of Terminal City and seems, from the number of cocoons in the city, has saved a majority, if not the full amount of the population of this place.
Holy fuck.
None of these people seem to be completely taken by the darkness, and as you get finally directly over the city, you do start to see why now. As you look to the tips of the cocoons down below you, you see something that you saw up in Lord Cube's area. You see at the top of each cocoon what appears to be a trapped heart. Again, seemingly blocked or out of reach of the Heartless below.
The spider god.
That's insane. Something has this much power.
This world is full of secrets and impressive things. The very idea the Heartless pose a threat to this world at all is still a mystery in some cases when you see this. But a threat they still are, no matter what.
I mean, we've seen that several things have been able to fight against it, whatever those sea people are, whatever has gone on at the Peace Takers with that flame, and now this. You're right. This world was never meant to fall to darkness. Not yet, at least.
Which is why a group of people, seemingly off-worlders, have been trying to make it happen.
And why we're here to make sure it never happens.
One thing I can see. He motions over toward the north of the city. You guys see off where what appears to be, I'm going to move you guys a little bit further up, a large fort at the top of the city. You guys see not only what appears to be a fort, but also this thing, which appears to be a blimp-like area that seems to have, at this point, been grounded. If you guys would have tried to make your way over here before getting the airship, there's a backup airship. Anyway,
Backup airship? Whoa!
I can't believe
have
you
Backup
two.
airship, in case we need another one.
In case we need to scavenge parts.
it looks like the blimp has been somewhat grounded / hurt. But anyway, you have the better ship. It's fine. You see off in that direction, you see what appears to be several Heartless looking like they're trying to eat at the webbing, and they have made some progress. Looking at the line of Heartless seemingly eating at webbing, it looks like they've made about the progress of maybe a football field into the city. Not a ton, but seemingly enough to see like lines forming in the webbing. It would take them months to make their way even into the center of the city that way, but it does look like the Heartless are being able to consume whatever this is in small amounts. Also, they look the ones that are eating it look like little dogs.
Oh, look, a little puppy. That's
No,
evil.
drop it. You're not allowed to eat that.
Hold on, let me get you guys.
It's like an evil puppy.
Send me the boy.
I don't,
He must be added to the meme.
I don't know. Is this one not already in the meme? I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think we fought
Is
Dark
it-
Heartless, have we?
Maybe
Is
not.
it the Drake ones?
Oh, never mind. Okay, if you guys haven't seen it, you guys would know this one if I'd showed you. This thing is amazing.
Okay, then I guess we'll save that for our combat or something.
No,
I don't
I'm getting
know.
them. I'm getting them. Don't you fucking worry. You guys see what appear to be a legion / just line of these things. Oh, right, because you guys didn't go to the area you could have found them at Whisper's place.
Ah, they were that early. Damn.
You see a line of these boys.
We
They're
see this
perfect.
puppy.
They are of varying
Where?
sizes. They're over. It's on the map right now. They are varying sizes. Some of
Oh,
them are as
Jesus.
small as actual dogs. Other are as large as
Oh my God.
as like a fucking lion, or like as a truck.
My God, there's some truck puppies.
Huh. What a strange kind of Heartless.
And again, there's just like a line of them eating the spider webs. But again, they're not making a ton of progress. It would take them months to even get a good leeway toward the center of the city.
Since it seems like they got to any of the cocoons from where they're at.
So far, no. But again, that could just be because they consumed them.
Ah, true.
We have little to worry about, but they are here. Can't avoid this anymore. Which means there's people here, or at least something that the Heartless want.
Pretty sure they're after the hearts trapped inside those cocoons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
I
I,
guess they
wonder
can't-
if that's the only thing we ever want.
I guess for them, they can't really determine what is and is not easy prey. If they were more animalistic, they would have given up here.
I mean, they seem to be happy.
They are happy, yes.
So much to ask.
Can you tell if there's
they're
any
eating
intelligence
like
behind those
even
eyes?
even if these spider webs are things that aren't, hearts, they are still like basically the light. They are still magic that they like eating. So that's why they're probably still here, is because like, ooh,
That makes sense.
the entire city is meal. Yum 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 yum.
Insatiable hunger.
It also
fat fucks.
it also shows why some of them are enormous.
Some got cotton candy sized.
Crazy.
But yeah.
I don't think there's much that we can really gain beyond understanding that the spider goddess is this powerful, but it doesn't seem like something that we can fight with. It could protect us, I guess, if we collected some.
Let us keep to the edge of the city and see what else we can learn before returning.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
They continue going east until you guys see what appears to be a humongous fort off to the east of the city. You're not sure exactly what this place is, but it seems that the spider webs are not covering it. There does appear to be a small amount of smoke that is coming from that direction, showing that something or someone is there. But at the moment, you don't know if it's friend or foe. You also see that beyond it, this wall here is unfortunately high enough that you guys cannot scale it with the current top height of the ship. And I would say, just so you all know, the rest does go for this side as well. You guys can't get to the upper part of this on the ship, just like you can't get to the upper part on the side over here where the gummy station is.
Smart place to build that.
You guys go a bit to the south around the area here. You guys see what appears to be a smaller fort city. This one looks as if it is more militia based. It looks like the walls that are put there have been breached before. So maybe this is a place that some of the survivors had gone to defend themselves. You don't know if more people are there or not. Upon closer inspection, you do find that it looks similar to a prison yard. Talking about this square here. But before you really care too much on that, you do see beyond it what appears to be a fucking portal to hell.
Oh, of course, the portal to hell.
As you see this large ass freaking hole in the very like mountains that go beyond where you can physically see.
The hole.
There's a hole.
What is that?
It's not on the map. I don't know.
Is now.
You just like reach down, make like a hole in the map. There it is.
What was there from according to the map before Gilgamesh erases it?
Just part of the mountains.
Just part of the mountains, okay.
And again, most of all of this area is complete desert, so nothing else is showing itself on the map really in this area that you guys have. Though,
so part of a mountain has become a hole, and it wasn't like a city or a plateau. It's just a hole now.
Yep, was not nothing.
That's not concerning at all.
Was not nothing seemingly originally there. Let's check out the west of the city then. Though I feel like there's only one thing there that we've already seen.
It won't hurt.
Going off and around, you guys see yet another small militia-esque looking thing that seems to have been breached at one point or another, potentially by the Heartless. But beyond that, you see what appears to be a glowing green utopia inside of the water off in this direction. As you guys have been heard about it, the Fey Gardens. Looking over at them, you can tell that that is most likely an apt description of them. There are many different types of trees and many different types of greenery that very much show themselves against the desert-like area around it. But again, that is most likely where a certain blade could potentially be. It doesn't look like there's anywhere there that would be safe to land the ship without having knowledge of what is there, however. So you would have to either land on the east of it here, or you would have to go in from the plateaus below. As at that point she makes herself over top of the water again, so that you aren't flying over top of the dog Heartless at the bottom barking up at you.
Bark, 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 bark.
That was a good look, I guess. I don't suppose we're going to be getting much help from the actual city. It's completely covered. But at the very least, that also means that the populace here is maybe in an okay spot.
Better than most other places, I assume. But it's fine. You can communicate with the spider goddess later.
It really depends on what those hearts are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they were still devoured by the darkness in some way, but those things that come off of them, like whenever you guys were fighting before outside of the Peacetakers' walls, those seem to be trapped there in the webs. For good or ill, I don't know.
We've seen it for ill already, but if it's because of the spider goddess, I don't see why it would be a bad thing specifically here.
I've never heard of a spider goddess, not in this place, but that is definitely something, as they motion toward the webs, that I can't ignore. Interesting.
Our work is certainly cut out for us, isn't it?
Shall we return? You probably need to grab some things from your library, and again, I would like to get a few more crew members.
Of course.
Right.
Right.
There's so many things to do. What do we focus on?
Oh, by the way, because you guys did take the area this way, you did see that there is a ruin on this side of the plateau as well. You can't land there with your ship because, again, too high. But you could make your way there from the other side of the plateau.
Yeah.
It's making sure you guys had that information. It would take you guys around half an hour or so to make it all the way back to the inside of the bubble. Wow. I just need to get that. I need to get that as a freaking sound. Just throw it out. That's right, Spedding. Hibiki, yeah, I can give Hibiki a heroism.
Yay! For Hibiki.
There you go. You guys would make your way back. Your mood's difficult to read, as several things have been told to you guys today. Muna has realized someone from their world may be here, a very influential person may be here taking over a city. You guys have learned that the rest of the continent, while it is somewhat protected, is not able to really give a lot of aid toward the other cities, unfortunately. You guys have learned that the south wind slash the sea goddess is somewhat connected with the southern leader of the continent below that the fishmen seem to serve. And you now know that apparently the Sky Knights have reason as to why a lot of the communication from that section seems to be off at that part. With all of these things being brought to your guys' eyes, and with you guys now having complete and utter access to most of the map, thanks to your new airship,
Hooray!
I think we're going to be ending things off there for the night and coming back to things next time. As next week, we're going to come back, figure out exactly which of these we want to tackle first, which of these ideas to make our way off and around towards, and maybe find out the identities of some of the people who are the major players of this place. With all that being said, as you all land yourselves right outside the library, a lot of people gathering around as this fucking prismatic sailed airship flies their way into the sphere of light. Gonna end things off there. Until next time, guys, like always, later days.
Bye.
Bye.